sure we don't get the feedback like we did last time. I gotta make sure I'm here to pause this first before I go walk away. There we go.
Intro show. It's Josh G. Hey pal.
On a star, wake up where the clouds are far beneath. Okay, there's the grapes. I'm gonna grab my coffee, and then we're good. The grapes are here. I got my coffee. Almost ready. One more minute.
Preparing Mijold. Star Jam. Moo. Preparing myself asterisk. Nick Brown. Cheers. Querello. Cheers.
Like a 2023 Dodge Charger, destroyed it. He only made like 3 payments on it. Okay, so, all right. I wonder if you guys heard any of that. All right, now let's get this show on the road. You guys are here. We are good. Hey, Dan is here. So, brother of Iceman, Yeehaw. Let's do this.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
The compressor kicks in.
Prepare yourself.
I really missed this intro, man. We're bringing it back, baby. got creamer in my coffee. Guys, you remember that? Old school zoom shots. What? You never actually got to see me doing this, did you? Start the video. I used to have to do this manually. Then I made my own video. That's my new move right there.
It starts with an F. Bullshit! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Getting all heated up here and ready for a deal. Burr, burr, burr. Burr, 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 burr. Getting all ready. Burr, burr, burr.
It's Josh G.
Hello,
Post-nap
Trendies! Trendy Day reporting in live from Orlando, Florida, home of TRENDYASDABBERS and all things trendy, where you find me, you, and the hashtag Trendies on all forum sources and sorts of social media, especially right here on Rumble, where we go live hard every day 3 times. It's fun. It's fun. He does not sound happy. So, hello everybody. Welcome to the show. Let's see what we got here. Get this all done right here. Yes, indeed.
It's Josh G.
Like this.
Wow, 515 is all you'd have? I bet that's a wonderful flavor in temp.
Yeah, 520. I got it 520. We've got Cyber Reload with us. Cyber, you ready to smoke?
Packed.
Oh, he's packed. Cyber don't play, folks. That's what's up. Cheers, Cyber. No longer going to cannabis, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.
It's Josh G. Cheers, pal. I'm dabbing with ya. Got some live rosin. Hoot in hell. Cheers.
That is really good.
Patrick John Welder.
That's really good.
Hey, nay.
Hey,
Good
Patrick.
afternoon.
Hello. So you guys might remember that video we watched earlier of that man trying to explain how the Nazis in my hometown are federal agents sent by Washington, D.C., and had absolutely no evidence to back up a single thing that he said. Well, the person who sent me that video, what I told them was, that's no analysis. I said, it's a friggin' hack job from a tool. I said, sucker. I said, did you even bother watching it yourself? Ha 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 emojis. They responded back and said, welp, I tried. So I responded back and said this. Please go watch the entire video and timestamp the data points for me. Thanks. They won't find any because he had no data points. All he had was opinion the whole time. There was no analysis. There was nothing. It was just some UFO-style conspiracy theorist type dude who tries to say that the federal agents are all over everywhere and they're doing everything and it's all false flag. You know, everything that happens is a false flag. You can't get any data points out of somebody like that. Not a single one. Not a single fact. Hey, look at this. We got Hawks happening here. That's Hawkeye right there. Look at this. Hey, he didn't go eat himself one of them little things. Look at that. He's eating it. Look at this. Look at this. He's eating it right now. That's what he's doing. He's eating a mole. One less mole in the yard. We got one. Hey, I saw a fox back there today. So cool. Little one, too. About the size of my dog. But, you know, about 1/10 of the weight, I'm sure. So, what do we got going on there, people? Anything awesome? Anything to report in?
Thomas Miller. Hey, Trendy.
Hey, Tommy Miller. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Long time no see. I kind of feel like smoking the flower now, man. It's 7:10. What do you know? There you go. Let's keep up with the schedule, folks. Cyber, you packed?
Not yet.
We've got a schedule to keep here, folks. Dr. OK.
Thomas Miller. Loving life, yo.
Hey, Tommy Miller, Dr. OK says hello, and what's up, buddy? Dr. OK. Labor Day drones are shutting down your Labor Day parties. Okay, Russell Brand. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Can I let you go outside and so you'll leave me alone? How about that? Go play with the hawk. Tell that hawk to leave the moles alone. Leave those moles alone, man. That's my job. Okay, Cyber's ready. Cheers, Cyber.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers,
everybody.
Tommy, Patrick, Hoot and Howl, Dr. OK. It's Josh G. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Hoot and Howl. Cheers.
Cyber, you heard about Burning Man?
Yeah.
All those, all them.
It's mind blowing that people fucking go to it again. I mean, the first time he held it, it was a fucking massive scam and was proven to be a massive fucking scam. Then he do it all over again, and the result is basically the same. It's just mod this time. Fucking insane, dude.
It's so funny
People are
how
fucking stupid.
all the people that go to Burning Man try to act like, yeah, go to Burning Man because it's like they think it's like a notch in their belt, like it proves that there's some kind of roughing it kind of person, and then they go out there and guess what? No, you weren't roughing it before, motherfucker. Now you're roughing it. Now you can say you had it tough. That's a bitch. That muck. Dude, somebody died out there in that shit. I wonder how. Marty in the house is sharing me on Rumble. Thank you, Marty. Ron Placone is posting on Twitter. Whoa. I mean, Twitter, not Rumble. I'm sorry. Walt Disney's spinning this. Or actually, guess we can't be sure about that. Walt Disney was basically a Nazi. For people that don't know that. He hated Jews. So he has a reputation of being a Nazi. And Ron Placone put up a funny tweet. He said, I can't believe Nazis descended upon Disney. Walt Disney's spinning in his... actually, guess we can't be sure about that.
Kind of ironic, right? Walt Disney was a fucking Nazi and no one kind of talks about it, and Werner von Braun is hanged out as a fucking Nazi. The only reason he was in the Nazi party was because he would be fucking killed if he was not. But he was a fucking Nazi, right?
Right. Ron Placone's doing a virtual comedy show tonight at 10 p.m. It's free. If we're interested, email him. Why not just share the link if it's free?
Yeah, that sounds like a roundabout way.
Huh. Damn, dude. Neil Sean's girlfriend or his wife is hot. Dude, he got hooked up with a total freaking scam bitch. And I guess he got rid of her. And now he's dating this woman, bro. She's famous because, check this out, Cyber. Neil Sean's the guitar player from Journey. He's one of my favorite solo artists. Fucking love the guy. So he got mixed up with this woman. Her and her husband were professional party crashers. They literally crashed the White House party. And that's how they got famous. They crashed the party at the White House. They got busted. And they were famous, and everybody was talking about him for a while, and blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, she's cheating on her fucking husband with Neil Sean from Journey. And the thing that was really mind-blowing was she's not even hot. And I was like, Neil Sean from Journey? Dude, I mean, have you ever seen a Journey concert? Have you ever seen the women in the audience at a Journey concert? Oh, my God. I was like, what was it about her? I couldn't understand it. But now he's obviously with somebody much, much more youthful looking and beautiful. And dude, this picture is like, damn, son. Yeah, I guess you ain't dating that woman anymore. What's her name? She was a baddie. Looks like he's dating some... I don't know. She looks like she's 30 years old, this girl. If that. 28. Oh, you dumb bitch. Dude, Bernie bitch is going off on the Twitter sphere. Holy shit.
It's Josh G.
She puts like a million
Is it
posts.
just me, or do more women come out of the woodworks for you when you're a taken man? I swear it's the weirdest ever that personally I've dealt with.
No, I think it's just coincidence. I think it's also seasonal. So I think women have like a rhythm, you know, just like I think men do too. And I think in certain parts of the year we are driven more towards sex and hooking up and whatnot. And at those times, it seems to be like it's everybody is like love crazy. And you'll see more of that going on. At least I do. Certain times of the year, I've noticed that. I always noticed growing up as a guy, I was like, certain times of the year, my phone, ex-girlfriends would just start calling me like within the same couple of weeks. And I'm like, well, it's either a fucking full moon or it's those months where, you know, people are a little bit more excited, a little bit more active. That's what because, you know, there's mating season for animals and shit like that. I have a feeling that humans are the same way. It's even if it's, you know, deep in our makeup and we're not conscious of it. On a subconscious level, I would have no doubt that science could prove something like that. You know? Just from anecdotal observations, just like you're making right now, Josh. You're like, it's like when you're with somebody, it seems like you're getting more calls from other women or whatever, or they pay more attention to you. But actually, to me, what I think that is you get with someone when you want to be with someone or whatever, and then certain times of the year, girls get a little hot, guys get a little hot, you know. There's songs about that shit, you know. Happy 420. I'm doing dabs. You'll be fine. You'll be great. They'll be putting your name on a plate.
It's Josh G.
You'll be swell.
Cheers.
You'll be...
Very true.
You'll go near, you'll go far, and soon you will be in the car, nice car, with like a driver, chauffeur type car. You'll be chauffeured around in your car. That's the line. Put that, just delete what I said before and put that on top of it. It's perfect. You ready, Cyber, for 420? Oh, you said something, but I didn't hear you.
I'm ready.
Okay, cheers, Cyber. Cheers, Josh and Dr. OK and everybody else that's watching. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.
Tomorrow I will be joining our new friend Paul on his podcast on Rumble, whose name all of a sudden I just can't remember the name of his show. Justin, are you here? Tell me the name of Paul's podcast. I'll see if I can find it here. It'll come up, I'm sure. No. I guess Justin's not here. What's the name of his podcast? It's a firearms related channel on. Okay, where's the people I follow? How do I find the people I follow? That's weird. I don't know.
Have you ever seen Demolition Ranch?
Demolition what?
Demolition Ranch.
No.
It's
Demolition
a
Ranch.
firearms channel on YouTube. It's pretty damn good. I would say probably one of the best.
Okay.
You should check it out.
Okay. Firearms Ranch.
He's stripping fucking tanks and all kind of fucking shit. Big ass fucking cameras and shit. He owns a gun shop himself, I believe. And he features all kinds of fucking cool ass weapons and fucking experiments like fucking 10 feet long silencer and shit. See how that works out and shit like that. I think he's from Kentucky, I'm not sure. I think from Kentucky. No, no, he's not. That's another channel. But check him out. He's pretty cool.
Whoa. Dude, the singer from Smash Mouth died. Fucking 56 years old. Hey man, you're an all-star, get your game on, get paid. Hey now. Right, you're an all-star. Get your game on,
WTF.
get laid. All that glitters is gold.
Nick Brown.
Only shooting
Oh, damn.
stars make the gold. That guy is dead. 56. Acute liver failure.
Was he an alcoholic?
It's Josh G. Who's next? Lost buffet earlier and they come in threes like you say.
Dude, they had the song Walking on the Sun. I love that song. Burn arrow, burn arrow, burn arrow. Grammy nominated platinum single All Star. Was in the movie Shrek. And they covered the Monkees' I'm a Believer. So he left Smash Mouth in 2021. And that the band continued to tour with a new singer. They said at the time he'd been diagnosed with cardiomyopathy 8 years earlier and had suffered nonstop serious medical setbacks, including heart failure as well as acute Wernicke encephalopathy. Encephalopathy. He was in hospice when he died. Dude. Wow, dude. Marjorie Taylor Greene worries that Burning Man attendees are being brainwashed about climate change. Should we check out that little Salon article? Owning the libs is driving DeSantis policies that are impoverishing his own constituents. Wow, dude. You think? What did I say about DeSantis? I said, you support fascism all you want. I said, eventually it's going to come knocking on your door. That very fascism that you've been supporting, it's going to come get you too. What do you know? That day has arrived. Didn't take long, did it, folks? His own constituents, man, huh? People that vote for and love Ron DeSantis are being affected negatively by his fucking legislation, by his manipulation, by his fascism. I've been warning you about God, Nick, how long have I been warning people about Ron DeSantis for? God, I wonder when the first time was I mentioned him on my YouTube channel. That piece of human garbage. What do you gotta do to find the search around here, dude? It's like YouTube hides that shit. He's fucking dumb. Search across your channel. There it is.
It was back when he was lifting mandates and masks and all that in 2020/21.
Let's see how far back this goes. 2023, 2022. 2022. I've got one from 2022, April, but I don't have anything before that. It says DeSantis. Whoa, that hawk is so pretty flying around back there. Oh my God. Dropping me all kinds of pretty feathers back there. They've given me so many feathers, man. I've got like 10 hawk feathers. He's like, with his head. The freaking hawk, dude. All just in his head and shit. Alright, so, what about, why is this Ron DeSantis?
It's Josh G.
How is it not old?
You ever see bald eagles?
What about, well, let me just type in, Florida mask. Florida 2021, bro. Here, I found one from 2021. I can't believe it doesn't go back further. It's so crazy that there's nothing for 2020, but I got one from September 7th, late 2021. So this is almost a 4-hour video. We'll find where I start talking about it. We'll go back to an old school, baby. Alright, we've got some sunshine coming through the window. Mark is here with Laura. They're down in the grow. Mark and Laura. In fact, I've got the video up on the grow. I don't see them down there yet, but I'm sure we'll see them down there walking around during the show at some point. They're just chilling around outside, I believe, the front of it right now. But as soon as we've got to take the roof off on one side. I don't know if you guys know about this. Yeah, I told you guys. The plastic was eroding. The plastic was sun rotted. The plastic. The original plastic top, it started disintegrating in the sunlight, and it started raining down little pieces of plastic all on the plants. Not my plants, but Mark's plants. Oh, dude, it was a nightmare. The other plastic that's over my plants is new plastic. He's got the old plastic over there. I tried to contact him a week ago when I first noticed it, but I didn't hear from him for a week, man. It's been happening for a week. And I didn't want to go out there and do it by myself because I know as soon as you start pulling that plastic, it's going to rain plastic down all over the whole fucking grow. And the plants have to be covered before that happens, you know? So we went out there earlier today and we covered the plants, but he didn't have time to take the top off. So he's come back and Laura's down there, and I think Rogi's gone down there with him. So when I start talking about the masks on here, loosening it up, getting it ready. But, I'll see if I pull up an article. There's something right there. Okay, let me see what this is. I'm surprised this all just froze up on me. I wonder if that's the show that did that. I told him just cut it off with a razor knife because the way he put it on there... Dude, I'm having internet issues right now. Oh, it's probably on auto. Yep, it's on auto. Duh. Re-engineer. Oh, it works so good. This is 1424 in. Let's refresh the page. Dude, it's acting like I have no bandwidth.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the problem because your stream is fine, right?
One is upload, one is download.
Yeah.
The stream is upload.
Yeah.
This is download.
Connection is fine at least.
There's something wrong with the download.
But you have the same speed up and down, right?
Watch, I'll close Steam, bro. Watch. Steam. Exit.
Steam don't take any resources up, bro.
Okay.
It
says shutting down there. It just shut down. Nope, didn't do it. Here, I'll close.
No, Steam is literally don't use anything.
I'll close Crypto Watch.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I'll close Discord. Here, I'll be right back. Watch, it's going to be Discord.
Roger,
I forgot about Discord.
I don't think it's Discord either.
I'll be right back. Discord's closed. Didn't do it. Didn't fucking fix it. Discord's back. Yes, we've got 3 minutes of video. There it goes. We can get as soon as Discord loaded. I don't have to talk about it. Okay, here we go. This is exciting news, everybody. Let's see if the CNN video plays. Let's see if it plays. Oh my God. It's been weird lately. Bandwidth issues on bandwidth issues. It's been really weird lately with the playing of the videos. That's so weird, guys. Maybe it's because I have a pop-up blocker. I bet I have a pop-up blocker. Okay, it's just after sunrise. Maybe it's because it was defaulting to auto resolution. Venice is beautiful. This is it. This is it. Miss the red, white, and blue splash and freedom fighters painted on it. Of course. How are you, Randy K with CNN? I just want to... In case you were wondering if this doctor was a Trump supporter, your answers have all been answered. Yeah, did I say your answers? Your answers have all been answered. Your answers have all been answered. I can't believe I said your answers have all been answered. Your answers have all been answered. Someone needs to TikTok that shit.
I ask you, I want to ask you about the exemption forms that you are signing. I know.
We already made it.
Well...
Up there goes
Two-wheeled Scotsman.
Hey!
Peter, nay. What's up?
What's up, bro?
Hey.
Two-wheeled Scotsman, bro. Watching this like what?
Well, why won't you talk to us about it? Are you examining each and every...
This is so crazy. I put it on 420. I mean, 4 whatever. Not playback speed. My bad. 360.
Are you child?
How's mom?
She's doing great, man. There's 360 right there. Can you believe this? 127 views streamed 1 year ago. No comments.
you're writing exemption forms for?
This wasn't about me. This is about
There's
parents'
people in the
freedoms.
chat.
Dude, did you hear shit?
No, I didn't hear because fucking I can't play a goddamn video right now. I can't play a video back because something sucks. For no reason at all. I don't know why.
Videos or just that one?
This, I mean, if the shit would just load while you pause it, everything like it used to. You know, you used to be able to pause a video and it would just load and load and load and load. Now, they'll only load 1 second, and if there's some kind of an issue, you can't watch smooth video because some fucking dumb cunt motherfucker thought he was smarter than the way shit was already set up. Fucking idiot. I'd like to fucking ear punch that motherfucker and give him a nice earring, maybe a diamond earring, nice diamond.
I
A little
had
ear
Nick.
punch.
Did you examine?
Wow, this is so fun. Thanks YouTube for ruining my fucking video watching experience. What the fuck just
And the
happened?
children before you gave them an exemption for mass you would have had to see hundreds of children. And you're a chiropractor. It's almost as if he's also fulfilling some kind of child molestation fucking dreams that he has. Yeah, let me see your children so I can write them an exemption. I'm just doing this, folks. Why would he want to see hundreds of children?
About parents' freedoms? Are you examining each and every child? Are you putting children's lives at risk by signing these forms? Why not? Why won't you answer the question about it? How do you feel about them not accepting your exemption forms? And that was the last we saw of Dan Bush.
Look,
When we asked his
look.
lawyer-
Kudos to Randy K and CNN, and I will tell you why.
Okay, tell us why.
How many podcasters like Jimmy Dore, Ron Placone, Graham Elwood, Lee Camp, do you know that will actually take a microphone and go up to somebody like him and try to get a statement from them for their podcasts? So before you go kicking fucking mainstream media around, so much and saying, oh, fake news, I'll never watch it. Just remember, it wasn't a podcaster who captured that bit of video for all of us to enjoy.
Yeah, and the point
See that much?
and the point there was the guy wouldn't just turn around and talk and answer the questions. Why not? If what you're doing is so legit, then you should be able to stop and explain it to CNN, right? No matter what their questions are. You think they're loaded questions? Well, then unload them, you fucking douchebag.
It was goddamn CNN. The only point I'm making
I'm
here
glad
is
this is playing
CNN
now.
has value for shit like that. And remember it, learn from it, and all those podcasters out there that want to be better at bringing people the news, there's nothing stopping you from grabbing a microphone and confronting folks in person. If that's where you want to go. It impresses people like me when you do. I remember when Jordan Sheridan did it, I was impressed. He's a fucking rapist, and I hate him. But that was before I found out he was a fucking rapist, or before that incident even happened, and I got a lot of instant respect for him when I saw him go up to Donna Brazil and confront her, okay? That is a very cool thing that reporters do. And I hope they never stop being confrontational about shit like this. So good to see that. I know it's off topic, and we kind of went off on a little tangent there, but I think it's so important that you guys recognize when someone like Randy K or Bob Costa or anybody that you fucking hate is actually doing their job correctly. And that's what we were just watching there. Perfect example, man. She did really good. She asked him every question she should have, and his responses were exactly what we thought he'd respond, It was perfect. Hey, Dave.
Earlier about speaking with his client,
Justin
he said
Jefferson.
Bush had no comment.
Bring back
Still,
the beard.
Bush has become
Justin,
sort of
I wanted to ask you a
Sarasota
question.
County. Parents looking
What's
for a
Paul's
way out of the
podcast's
school
name, buddy?
mask mandate.
I forgot the name of it.
Recently,
It's not a political thing. I'm not an anti-mask person, anti-vax person, but I am a pro-freedom, pro-choice person.
this was the scene recently outside his office.
See, he said pro-choice.
Justin Jefferson.
Pro-freedom.
Therapy range.
Therapy
He
range.
said pro-choice.
Therapy
pro-freedom.
range, everybody.
Yeah, I'm pro-choice, pro-freedom too. None of those have anything to do with wearing a mask, and have everything to do with a woman's right to choose. I wonder if Mr. Freedom Fighter.
You would just take a moment to understand what the therapy range is, and I think I finally do.
I don't know. That'd
I
be
think
great
it'd be easier to
question.
Justin
remember.
Jefferson.
Doing that interview to
We
ask
should
him,
get
that
Paul
was
on
the
here.
thing.
Justin Jefferson.
Chiropractic
Live.
Health Center. Hundreds of parents and children all hoping to secure a medical exemption.
I think it's ridiculous to have to wear a mask for 8 hours a day.
This mom came to get Bush to sign an exemption form for her child, something he has now done hundreds of times, according to the Sarasota County School District.
I think it's great because many doctors are refusing to sign it. And this is one doctor that is actually volunteering his time with no pay to sign all of these forms.
Not
Nick,
everyone
Nick!
thinks it's as great as she does.
Nick Brown, did you catch that? Did you catch it? Why did I say we're gonna watch this fucking news article? So we get all the facts straight. He's doing this for free. He's doing it for free. He's a monster.
Justin
He's not that
Jefferson.
big a monster.
He'll of his ass and make him get on.
Cheers.
Absolutely. Absolutely irresponsible.
Jules Scholes, who has a daughter in kindergarten here in Sarasota County, started the group Stop the Spread SRQ. She says one of her friends was handed this medical exemption form from Dan Bush's office without ever meeting him or having his children evaluated. Notice it's blank. No medical.
Man, if he's got a license, it needs to be revoked. If he's got a license, it needs to be revoked. And he needs to go to jail. That's fucking medical malpractice. And he should not
Justin
be
Jefferson. Although I've no idea how he can join the stream, lol.
Discord? We got a Discord server.
Just write mask exemptions without seeing a child is really egregious.
Dan Bush
Egregious.
denied to local media that he has signed forms without seeing.
I need to start using the word egregious and stop calling people the C word. That is egregious.
That's
That is
egregious.
egregious.
That never stuck.
You're acting
I went right
egregious.
back to the C word
Parents.
I am not
immediately.
exemptions of any parent that I have not met.
Meanwhile, partly because of his actions, the Sarasota County School District told us they've updated their mask policy and now accept medical exemptions only for medical doctors, osteopathic physicians, and nurse practitioners.
Good.
To be clear, chiropractors are not medical doctors.
Oh! Boom! That's gotta hurt every fucking chiropractor. Every chiropractor that's watching this is cringing like a motherfucker. Like, oh man, don't tell my fucking patients I'm not a doctor. Come on. I've been fucking fooling them for years. You know, with this stupid piece of paper on the wall that certifies that I learned how to give a massage at college. You know?
And the district will not accept their signed
Justin
exemption
Jefferson.
forms. The school
Here he
district
comes.
also told us they've rejected about 650 medical exemption forms, and that the majority of the declined exemptions were from Dan Bush's practice.
Of course they were. Good for them. So
Yet this-
they rejected the majority of those hundreds of forms that he was sending in. Good for them, and that's their prerogative to do so. I would have rejected it too. And I'm so glad that they're writing laws. Look how
Hey,
beautiful
Justin,
that
here's a
is.
link
That's how gorgeous Florida looks right
to
there.
the Discord
Look at this.
server.
This is Venice. I used to live in Florida, and I think I went to Venice once. I think I had to do some work down there. Or up there, I should say, right? It's up in the Panhandle, right, Venice? Pensacola? No. Down south? I'm confused. Is Pensacola in the Panhandle or Pensacola down by, kind of near Miami? Why was I there? Venice Beach. Oh, not Venice Beach, was it? Oh, I'm thinking of Venice Beach, fucking California? Is that what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of, oh my god, I'm thinking of, Destin. I got Venice confused with Destin, Florida. Okay, my bad. Destin's up in the Panhandle. Naples, it's down south. My bad, yeah. Totally
Justin
wrong.
Jefferson. I didn't
Wow,
get
look
anything,
how
send
gorgeous
it
is
over
down
to
there,
him,
man.
bro.
Look at the palm trees.
Past weekend,
It's on
Dan
YouTube, bro.
Bush took part in a mask exemption evaluation
Oh.
event, which more than
Therapy, what's up, buddy?
1,200
Here's a link for you, bro.
people attended. The flyer
It's on Rumble.
noted medical records helpful, but not mandatory.
Fucking Florida, dude. That is so Florida, seeing that goddamn video. That is so funny.
Come into the Discord. God, remember the gnats out there in California? Holy shit. They used to drive me fucking crazy. I used to call them Nazis. Little Nazis. Dude, we got kill going on out here. Or moss in the trees. That's what I think I see, moss in the wind. Maybe. Oh, nope, that was a hawk, son of a bitch. It was a hawk. It was kill. There's some kill going on out there. Kill. There's some kill. There's some kill. Kilbert Humperdinck. Kilbert Humperdinck. Kill. Kill. Murder, kill, die. Kill. Die. Cyber, you've got a bong rip ready?
Give me a second.
Okay. You like the way I said that? I just kind of trailed out there.
Justin Jefferson. WTF LOL.
Dude, I gave Paul a link in Rumble to Discord. Come in, buddy. Come in the Discord server. I gave you a link. In Rumble.
Alright, I'm packed.
Okay, well, I no longer need to heat. I just get a dab on and go with the email. Cheers, Cyber. Cheers, everybody. Justin and Paul and Not Telling and Toke and Tony Z and Dr. OK. Cheers. No longer going to get us.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, you should be on Rumble. Everybody should be on Rumble. We got 20. Well, it says 22 viewers on Rumble. I don't understand that. I got Not Telling. Hey, Not Telling. Token Tony Z, TTZ, Dr. OK, Dr. O, Justin J, Dr. K, TTZ, Therapy Range, when they said, put your name here, she said, Not Telling. Her name's Hippie Chick. I told. No, I've never seen a bald eagle here on my property. You signed up with Discord? All right, now click on this link.
Discord. Big pain in the ass.
Bum, 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 bum. Whoa. We got somebody else's from fucking 3 years ago. Footage from 9/11, dude, from fucking 3 years ago. Can you believe this? Wow.
I'm not exactly sure what it is right now. I'm gonna go watch the news.
Oh, dude, she's
Bonsai
right.
house.
Dude, she's right
Evening.
there.
Put this on a tripod and go watch the news.
Dude, she's right there.
Okay.
Oh my God, bro.
Okay. Now I have it on the tripod.
Dude. She's
I
like.
believe it was an airplane. I'm gonna go watch the news now.
Therapy range, we got you, buddy. Here, we got you in our room now. Oh, the fuck! Don't be clicking on other rooms, bro. We're bringing you into our room. You're good. You're here. Okay, cool. You're in there. So, the next thing you're gonna want to do is you're going to want to go into your settings, and you're going to want to set up your audio, and you've already got your audio. Well, you can try to just turn your camera on and see if it accepts it. Just click on the camera. There's a camera thing on the left side, maybe. There you go. Oh, there you are, son of a gun. We got you. That was easy.
Oh, that was complicated.
You look beautiful, brother.
I am a good-looking man.
You're a damn good-looking man, like that. You see that movie 9 to 5 with Dolly Parton? I'm a damn good-looking man. That line. I'm a damn good-looking man. I love that line. All right, so we got this right here. Excellent, man.
So, are you running without the camera then?
I am. My camera's on in the show, and
okay, gotcha.
if you were to pull up the show right now, you'd see both you and me.
Okay, there I am. I see myself in there. I had to turn the audio down on the show because I was getting double audio there, and it was fucking me all up.
Cool. All right, we got this. I'm gonna run this 9/11 footage. We don't need the sound on. It's obviously this woman is totally panicked, and it's kind of interesting to listen to her because this is something I've never seen before. So this is the second video in 3 days that I found that was just recently uploaded to YouTube that people have had for years, and they just sat on them, and suddenly they're putting them up on the internet, and we're seeing all different kinds of angles, and it's amazing. Look at this view on a tripod.
So, are we trying to say that it was anything other than what it was?
No, bro. It's just, this is history, and I'm fascinated by all the different camera angles that this has been recorded at, and bro, the one we watched yesterday, man, it was just incredible. The guy was walking around the street. You could see the World Trade Center in the background, right? And he was taking photography of all the people's faces that were walking in the streets of New York City. And at first, everyone was so nonchalant. When the first tower got hit, everyone was just walking around. They were just going about their day. They were like, it's another day in New York. Oh, a plane crashed into the World Trade Center. And after that first building fell, people started running down the street, and there were still people just like, they were in shock and they were watching, but he was recording all their reactions. But then after the second tower fell, he started recording everybody's faces really good, man. He was getting close-ups of people, and it was just, it's a slice of our history that you would never see anywhere else, except on that one video, and it was done in HD, which was very rare back then. It was 2021, and these mini tape freaking cassette.
2001, right?
I'm sorry, yeah. 2001, you had these mini digital cassette cameras that this was recorded on, and it's very little jitter. It's HD, and it was crazy to see all these people's expressions. I'd never seen it before. This is yet another one. Well, look at this angle, bro. Look at the view. I wonder if that's Building 7 right there, or is that's the other tower? That's both towers. That's both towers. I just realized that.
Yeah, you can see both towers in that shot.
Bro, dude, I wonder if you see the second plane come through right there.
Yeah, I mean, I remember what I was doing that day, man.
Oh, I do too. I remember.
I was out running a landscape crew, and I was running a Bobcat, and my guys came over to me, and they made me stop, and they're like, oh man, a plane just hit the World Trade Center, we're under attack, or blah blah blah. And I remembered, like maybe 2 weeks before 9/11, there had been a Cessna plane that flew into a skyscraper in Chicago. The guy committed suicide by flying his airplane into a building.
I remember that.
And
I remember that.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought had happened. Is somebody else had done something similar. I told him to shut the hell up and get back to work. I went back to work doing my thing. About 45 minutes later, maybe an hour later, I don't know exactly how long it was. The entire crew came out and made me shut the machine off to let me know what was going on. So I got out of the Bobcat and went over to the truck, and they were like, turn the radio on. I'm like, dude, the radio in this truck hasn't worked in a year. It's not going to work today. Sure enough, I turned the key on, and that radio started playing that day.
Wow.
So we sat at work on the job site and listened to it for probably an hour. And then we stopped working early and went home to be with our families and stuff because of everything that was going on.
Can you believe this angle? Can you believe this footage? I wonder how many people have seen this. I'll tell you how many views it has. It's almost got 1 million views, almost 900,000. So, like, nobody's freaking seen this. God, dude.
It's a trip, man. I tell you what, it was the day the world changed forever, man. At least, that was definitely a Pearl Harbor type.
Bro,
event.
that's what I
There's only been a couple
said
of
when
times
we were watching the other day, and those were my exact words. I'm like, everything changed on that day, just like you just said. It's so funny. So those exact same words.
Oh, they did. I mean, if you remember before 9/11, man, I mean, you could jump on an airplane and fly all willy-nilly. There was relatively minimal types of checks. I mean, they always had a little bit of security in place, but nothing like what you see nowadays, where you've got to have travel compliant identification and screening processes.
Take off your shoes.
Scanners and.
Take off your shoes. You can't have shampoo bigger than 8 ounces of shampoo. I love that one. You can't have a bottle of water. It's crazy.
They literally wouldn't let me take a 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew with me on the plane that I bought at the airport. So this is early on in the day. This is the first tower that got hit, correct? We're
Yes.
still waiting for the second plane
Yes,
to come
here,
in.
she's gonna, if we turn this on, we can hear what she's saying. She's narrating. She said she was gonna turn on the news. And I'm gonna get you the link, bro, to that other video. It's really worth watching, man. I mean, the people's expressions, it's really worth watching. It's moving. And the guy did such a great job of capturing it all.
Airplane crashed into it.
Here, I found
All
it.
right, new friend. Let's do a
Bonsai
hit,
house.
man.
Before 9/11, we just
Okay,
jumped on the
let's
plane
do it.
from the field and went to Puerto Rico, buy a box of live monkeys, put them on the plane and fly back.
Cyber, you packed?
No, I'm packing.
All right. I am giving you a link. In Rumble, bro? Are you still in Rumble?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Discord, man. I'm
Okay.
taking a crash course in it right
Yeah.
now.
So in Rumble, I gave you a link to that video with it shows all the people. It's not that long. It's like a 17-minute video or something. But it's
Alright.
it's 18 minutes long.
Well, I'm gonna pause that and I will watch that here in just a little bit.
Bro, there's no reason. I can run that up in the corner while we're watching this one. You can see it. You'll be able to see exactly. It'll be fine. Here, check this out. I'll run it with no sound. All right, Cyber. You know, I didn't pack while you packed. That's so funny. Okay, now I'm packed because I'm fast like that. Okay, cheers to both of you, Cyber and Therapy Range, Paul, Justin. I know you're watching, and cheers to everybody else. Bonsai House, Billy.
Yep, cheers, bro,
Mookie
and
ball.
cheers, Therapy, and
Cheers.
cheers all.
Justin Jefferson. I got rumbled.
Therapy range would be getting your emotions out on the gun range, right? Like going to the range and getting your therapy. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I figured
I got
therapy
a
range
range
meant.
right here in the backyard.
Therapy range. I get it. Now I'm gonna remember the name.
Yeah, I'm a gun guy.
I couldn't remember the name of your channel until I realized what it meant.
Right, it's therapeutic shooting, man. You go
Exactly.
out and shoot up and make yourself feel
Bro,
more relaxed. man.
stress
It's kinda like
relief.
bong hits, but
It's
you're
stress.
using a gun.
It's stress relief. Like my friends from D-Root, this band, and they called it stress relief, and it was a mosh pit.
Yep, and everything's all bad, man. You just go out and pop off a few rounds, blow some shit up, and everything feels better.
Right. Oh, bro, she backed the cam. Oh shit, dude. Both. Oh, the second one got hit. We weren't watching. Hold on. Wait. When did that happen, bro? When did that happen?
Oh, wow, yeah. Wow.
I'm backing it
Fireball.
up. I'm gonna figure it out here. Right?
Yeah, 'cause the
oh, there it is. Oh my
running
god,
on
bro. Oh my
like-
god. Oh my god. Watch this. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
The Rumble is running on like 30-second delay to the Discord.
Bro. 10 20. That's 10:20, dude. 10 minutes and
Justin
20.
Jefferson.
10 minutes and
Is there a
20.
fucking deer outside Nay's window?
Yes, there's a deer right here outside my window. We got so much going on right now. We got Paul from Therapy Range. We got Cyber in Denmark. We've got deer right outside the window, chilling. Therapy's trying to determine right now which caliber he's going to use on it. He's like,
I actually am not a hunter.
Good. I like that. Me neither. I don't kill animals. I am an avid gun collector, but I am not I'm not a hunter. I don't kill animals.
Well,
Only kill
now,
people.
I will say that I'm not a hunter, but if it
Bonsai
comes
house.
down to being hungry,
And I just charted.
I would
Too
hunt.
much
That's
going
fair.
on.
Bro, I'm going to tell you something, Mike.
Justin Jefferson.
When we had the fires
But I do.
in NorCal, my bass player used a shotgun to hunt quail. He told me, he's like, dude, I don't want to, he's Hawaiian, and he's like all about life and stuff like that. And he's like, I don't want to kill anything. He's like, but I was hungry, bro, and all I had was a shotgun to go eat. He says, I went out there. He goes, I got 7 of them little bastards. He goes, it was so good. He was like, I had to just pick out the pellets. He's like, man, it was so good. I couldn't believe how good those things were. I was like, it's quail, dude. Yeah, they're good. Quail's good.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in not taking any life unless it's required.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be a field mouse or a deer or anything else, if I can spare that life, I would choose to spare that life if at all possible.
Yeah. Yeah, he was...
You know, now I've had to put down some wounded animals before. You know, our neighbors had a cat that was on the verge of dying.
Oh.
I mercy killed it. But I still feel bad about it. Like, even here on our homestead, I raise chickens, and when it's time to harvest the chickens, I actually feel sad for the chicken when I have to take its life.
Right.
But it's for food, so,
right.
You know, the whole purpose of that chicken being born was to make a turd with, so...
Exactly. So you have the eggs going too? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
How many eggs do you eat a day? Do you eat like eggs every day?
Do I eat?
Yeah. Do you eat like eggs every day?
Yeah, just about. You know, probably 4 to 6 a day.
That's great, bro. That's great. It's healthy, man. I used to think it was really bad for you, but it's really good for you, actually. Eggs are very healthy.
The beautiful thing about humanity is that we can unfuck ourselves as we learn our mistakes.
Yeah, right. That's what I've been trying to do. I still got some Oh, look at the deer, guys. Look at this.
House.
Look at this.
What about infestation? Rules go out the window and it's time for mass genocide, right? Or would you give your house to the rats?
Bro, understand this, Paul. As this video continues, the one up in the left corner, you're going to see... You know, if we could coincide these two videos with each other, wouldn't that be incredible?
It would.
But... You're going to see his photography gets better. He gets more personal, and he starts zooming in on people's faces. He gets more bold, and no one is even noticing him because of what's going on.
Dude, Americans were so naive on September 11th of 2001. We were so naive to think that nothing like that could ever happen to Americans again, man. I mean, that's just the total shock and awe of just how vulnerable our nation is.
Exactly. We got so lucky with this deer. Thank you, Lusta. Take care. Drive safe. So we got so lucky with this deer.
You should buy a bag of feed corn and just start feeding his ass, and he'll come up every day and hang out with you.
Bro, we have them every day. We've got like 30 or 40 of them, like all different ones. Nice. We've got bucks. I have so much video. We have bears, and we're not allowed to because we're part of the preserve. So we're not allowed to feed the animals, and if we started doing that,
technically not supposed to feed them anywhere.
Bro, if we start doing that, all the neighbors would know. We'd start getting people would run them over out in the street.
Because you'd have like 50.
We'd have roadkill. We'd get roadkill in front of the house, and you know, it'd be people drive like maniacs through here. There's these. Bro, I saw this kid.
One time an elephant flew by.
Bro, he was in a Tesla. And he was like trying to show off in front of me. I can't believe what he did, bro. He must have got up to 85 miles an hour from one part of my property. By the time he got to the other side, he was going so fast up to a curve, bro. And he went around the curve like that. And I was like, oh my God, dude. It's like there could have been a kid there, man. There could have been a child out in the road or whatever.
It's crazy to me, Nay. Look at how these people are just so calmly reacting to what's going on around them. You know, yeah, they're in shock, but they're not running. They're not
now, not
they're
yet.
Mildly concerned.
So this was the first building collapse right here, I believe.
Justin Jefferson.
You'll see that some people running
with a Nissan 240 SX.
So
like
yeah,
11
that shit
PM
changes when the buildings come down. But even the people there didn't believe they were in any danger.
You're gonna see the street almost clears, and this cameraman just stands right there, and this is most of these people. Wherever he goes, the police move him back a block, and they're all just Well, no, I think he would, well, not far enough to avoid lung cancer, but far enough away that he could still photograph people. And, bro, he gets this one person that was in the tower. He gets one person that was covered in ash. They're just completely fucking covered head to toe from the back.
Have you ever seen the videos of the people jumping?
Yes. Yeah, it's, that's a rabbit hole I went down once, bro, and I was like, I can't ever do that again. That was hard, bro. I made myself watch it because I was like, that could have been me. It could have been any one of my friends or family. You know, those are...
Right. Yeah, I watched it once, but I have no desire to watch it again. Yeah, they're moving now. They recognize there's a problem now.
People are moving now, but that's gonna slow down in between. It's like watching the same. It's almost like watching the same video. These two side by side. There's gonna be this moment of this time of calm where people are just, they stop and they turn and they start watching again. And that's when he starts really getting their faces. He's still getting better at it. Who's ever making this video, he's starting to really start focusing on people. What? What? Hold on a second. There's the notification. Mom. Say it's a Wi-Fi notification. It's a Wi-Fi notification.
And then, so I clicked on something and it said
Bonsai house. There must be a shark in the yard.
Okay.
And it says notifications on, but it keeps notifying me.
That's a problem. There's two deer. Oh yeah, look, this is where he gets really good with the camera. There's two deer right behind me. I'm gonna grab this other camera. This one right here. Let's see here. I'm having a hard time locating them. They were right here. I don't know where they went.
Yeah, as sad as it is, it's still kind of a... I only use the word privilege as in a lack of better words, but it is almost a privilege to have been able to live through this time period, to see, and like I said, privilege is probably the wrong word, but to live through this time period, to see these great changes through our nation, you know, whether you agree with the changes or disagree with the changes is kind of moot. The world is going to change regardless of how you feel about it, one way or another. But to have been a part of watching the world change through this, it would almost be reminiscent of watching the world change through World War I or World War II after Pearl Harbor was attacked. You know, I keep referring back to that because there's been a handful of pivotal moments throughout our American history that has defined us as a culture and as a people. And this is absolutely one of these moments that defined how Americans moved forward, how the world moved forward. Because it wasn't just Americans that suffered through this. I mean, this shook the globe. So,
bro,
I don't know, man. It's a trip.
I think that first tower is about to fall, actually, in the video on the right. That's the second there. Now, that's the second tower fell in the other video on the left. So now... this is when the police move everybody back, and he moves back a block and then starts filming again, and this is where he really gets some. But I believe this other one's about to go. It's just amazing seeing it from this angle for the first time, you know? It's a different angle. It's freaking crazy.
It just drags up all those old emotions again.
It puts you right back in that truck when that radio came on and you could hear that fucking broadcast. You could remember everything. It's like so funny. I remember sitting in my living room calling my mom and my sister. You know, the very first thing I thought was, why are they showing the old World Trade Center bombing video? I was like, that's weird. And I kept watching. I sat down. I just sat down right in front of the TV and just planted myself there. And I didn't get up. I just called my mom, called my sister. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, I think it's a terrorist attack, you know? And we were all, the three of us were just in complete shock.
Well, I tell you what, though, man, we could sure take the people that think that 9/11 was a hoax and put them in the same caliber of crowd as the flat earthers.
I agree. But you know, thermite. Oh, follow the money. A thermite. And wait, what's my favorite one? Steel melts. What temperature? I know what temperature. And I'm like, dude, both those buildings were science experiments that proves you wrong. I don't know what you're trying to say, but from this angle, we're going to be able to see that it wasn't a detonated. This is going to be crazy because, you know, they say it was a planned detonation. Jesse Ventura says that.
The one that fucks everybody up is that Building 7 because
right, I know, me too, dude. Though me too, it's crazy. But my whole thing was like, man, it had to be those buildings had to be dropping molten shit on that building to get it to start what happened.
Well, I mean, my thing on it is that there's no reason to have a conspiracy here. You know, there's too many moving parts. There's too many heads involved in it. In a world where everybody wants their 15 minutes of internet fame, there's no way that you could keep a secret that big with all of those people involved in it on the down low. It's just not going to happen.
Do you want to know one of my?
There's a reason. Maybe Building 7 was a controlled demolition, but maybe there was a reason for it, and maybe there's a reason that they don't want to discuss what it was. I don't know.
My disproof of it is a good one. Is remember where George Bush was if he was in on it when all this went down and he knew that the cameras were on him.
Oh yeah.
And what his reaction was. Yeah, you know, like he kept reading the story to the kids after the guy whispered in his ear.
I absolutely have no clue what to do right now.
You know, if you knew this was coming, you'd be like superhero, but you know, Johnny on the spot. You're like, I know exactly what we're gonna do. America to the rescue. Blah blah blah.
Right. There would have already been a plan in place.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was not that.
Right. Typically, when the government manufactures a crisis, they have a solution readily available.
Bonsai house.
Dude, I wonder if she's saying
the temp of molten steel can't hear colors, so if the building was silver, then it's impossible to watch public access TV, so therefore, flat earth.
Therefore, flat earth.
God, flat earthers are a special kind of stupid. Fuck me.
Bro, I've got a friend of mine in California. He turned me on to that silver something silver, I forgot what you call it, whenever you take you use a battery, you charge silver into water, you make it, it's called something silver,
colloidal silver or something
colloidal silver. You ever heard of colloidal silver? It turns people blue, bro. I mean, literally turns them blue, like Smurfs, blue.
Ain't it the same we used to feminize cannabis with?
Colloidal silver, I believe that might be true. But anyway, long story short, my buddy came over and he's like, you and me and my girlfriend were very sick. We had the flu. And this was 4-5 years ago. He said, dude, I'm going to bring you some colloidal silver and it's going to knock it out. He's like, you want to feel better? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, well, I'm going to make you some colloidal silver. You're just going to drink a little bit of it. You're going to swish it around your mouth. And then you're going to swallow it or spit. I can't remember. We spill it. I think you swallow it. And he's like, you're gonna feel a lot better within 24 hours, I promise you. And we were desperate. And I was like, whatever. And I didn't think he was even gonna come over. And I thought it was all bullshit anyway. And he fucking showed up. Dude, he showed up with 9-volt batteries and silver rods. And he's like, you got well water is fine. He took water and he charged up the silver in the water right there in front of us. Gave it to us and we sipped it. It was weird and whatever. Bro, 24 hours. We were fucking great. Her and I were blown away because we were sick with these flu symptoms. Anyway, that guy, Daniel, he's a good friend. He helped us with that, and he painted shit for me at the house, and he did bug spraying and all. He's a really cool guy, and he can do all kinds of stuff. Really neat guy. Anyway, he's a fucking flat earther, bro. That guy's a flat earther. And he's the only flat earther. Well, I think I know another one, too. Now, check out who the other flat earther was. Bro, when the fires came in NorCal, and we got evacuated from my house, and we didn't leave, we stayed. And we stayed for like 7 days in my home, bro, because we had a big cannabis grow going, and we didn't want to leave it. So, and I had, my dog and my cat and whatever. We didn't have a place to go. We didn't have anyone to, all the whole hotels were completely filled up. We didn't know what to do, and we didn't want to leave the grow there. And it was just, we were very vulnerable. My neighbor's like, I'll watch your property for you. I was like, okay, cool. Long story short, we evacuated finally. We left, and the person who let us stay at her house,
Bonsai house.
for a week or two, I can't remember. I think it was 2 weeks.
Blue people.
She's a total flat earther too, bro. Total flat earther. I'm trying to hook her and my friend Daniel up because I'm like, you guys both believe in that bullshit. You guys would be a match made in heaven. It's crazy. They're too crazy people.
I don't think I know any, like, in my actual real world life, I don't think I know any flat earthers that, and if I did, I wouldn't know them anymore because I would have told them we can't be friends.
Right.
You might be a solid dude, man, but if you're a flat earther, man, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Fucking disrespect any kind of fucking reality, and you have to believe everyone is fucking lying to you all the time. I mean, think about it. They think, oh, if you're a teacher, then you lie to people because you teach anything that's not flat earth. If you're a fucking scientist, you're fucking lying. If you have any fucking job that do anything with fucking measuring the earth or anything, you're lying. If you're a pilot, you fucking lie. Everyone is fucking lying. It's fucking, you gotta be fucking paranoid, dude.
Right. Bro, this building cannot stay up any longer. This has got to be it. I mean, it's twisting. You can see the building is starting to twist. Oh, there was some distortion there.
Oh, and
Bonsai
there's
house.
fucking people in there right
Fix
now
veterans
trying
up
to
with
save
flat
other
earthers so
people.
they can
It's
bullshit
such a
their way
mind
to
job.
Portland and the hell out of here.
It's freaking crazy.
I mean, hats off to those firefighters that gave it all to try to save every person they could, man.
Getting killed doing it.
Oh yeah.
360. Dude, this goes up to 1080. Oh shit, bro. This is fucking up to 1080p, bro. This is insane.
It's wild.
They had to put that big, giant, fucking heavy-ass antenna on top of it all, too. I'm sure that didn't help. And China's having issues with buildings catching on fire.
Oh yeah, and the bullshit part about that is that half of those buildings get constructed where there's a fucking fire hose and shit. That fire hose is connected to absolutely nothing.
God.
I mean, It's just a fire hose, and then they get
Bonsai
expected,
house.
oh, that's a fire hose, but
I
they
bet
never
that's
fucking
staying back.
check if they don't work.
Like Drucker
There are a
Niner
lot of
and
fucking
gas
fire
jeans.
hoses in China that's purely set up so that it looks like there's a fire hose to check some fucking rules off, but it's not a fucking fire hose. I mean, that's like everything else in China is just for looks, nothing else.
I don't understand what the outside of that building was made out of. It burned up so easily. Those gaping holes burned.
That fire was really hot, man.
I know, but
one
what
thing that I've never really,
what was that material?
I've never really heard anybody talk about is just how hot plastic office furniture becomes when it catches on fire. Cell phones, fax machines, copiers, toner, desks, chairs, floor mats, carpets, the glue that holds the carpets. I mean, you accumulate all that shit together, and you're putting off a fire that's hotter than the bowels of hell.
And you have the jet fuel also. That burns really fucking hot.
Right, I mean, the jet fuel alone is going to burn at a significantly hot temperature. I mean, I can get where the steel would its structure would start to be degraded as it was allowed to get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. You know, the jet fuel started the fire, but then all that plastic, I mean, for the love of God, man, if you've ever set plastic on fire, man, that shit burns forever and it burns hot.
It does.
And it's like napalm and shit, man. But so, I don't know. Like I said, I don't buy into the to that was a false flag or anything. I mean, if there's any conspiracy to be had about 9/11, it would have to go back to how the pilots were able to get into the country and
oh my God! There's a person standing there, dude. There's a person standing there waving, bro. They're right here. Right there. They're waving. Look at their arm.
Bonsai house. The exterior of both towers were made of 4-foot mild steel beams. Google.
Look at the dude waving.
Wow. And you got to remember, I'm on about a 30-second delay.
Oh my God. Well, dude, we zoomed in.
Yeah, I see him.
They moved the camera for a second.
Just be some debris.
No, dude. There's a dude up there waving. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a guy.
There's totally a dude up there waving. It's they moved the camera, but it was we
okay,
could.
I see it now.
Oh, do you see it? Because we could rewind.
Yeah.
Dude, that was at that was early on at like 5 minutes and 30 seconds in is when I started it. Oh no, I see him still. I still see him up there. Holy shit, I still see him. Dude, he's still there. There, he's moving. He's moving a little bit.
Yeah, he went away there.
That little triangle.
No, he came back.
Right. Holy shit. Dude, it's because I put it in 1080p, man.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you've probably got people jumping out of the buildings at this point, you know, because they can't get saved. They want out of that building.
Oh, it's just too hot. I think there's 3 people there now. Because there's still the one to the left, and then on the other side, yes, there's...
Wait.
Oh my God, dude. I could zoom this in more. Here. Oh my God, bro.
Bonsai house. Where was Chuck Norris during all this?
Bro, I see him waving right now. They're moving the camera. Don't move the camera. No, don't do that. What are you doing? No. Damn it.
Tula Tetro. What's going on?
There's people. This isn't a camera angle I've never seen of 9/11 before, and this one literally it shows people standing there just waving.
Bonsai house. Maybe that was Chuck himself.
He's like, send the chopper right here. That's right. That's right where they are.
Right, and everybody above that is just fucked.
Oh, dude. So you get an idea of how high those floors are.
Yeah,
when you see that person
absolutely.
standing there, you can see that's roughly 6 feet. A floor is 10 feet. I believe, Billy, is that what a floor is on these skyscrapers? Like 10 feet every floor?
I don't know, probably 20.
20 feet of floor?
You got to factor in ceiling space in between each floor for a drop ceiling, so probably 15 to 20.
Yeah, to run ductwork. Yeah, there's got to be some room in there for sure. Dude.
Some wild shit, man. Well, you should have saved this stuff for the anniversary, man, and did an all-day marathon playing this. It's just a few days away, ain't it?
Yeah. 9/4 right now.
Yeah, my wife's birthday is on 9/10, so
Oh, shit.
I'm not allowed to ever forget it.
Tula Tetro. LOL Bonsai.
So, dude, I could just barely see. It seems like it's so hard to make out. I'm going to shrink this down.
It's true.
Oops.
Could you imagine what's going through the minds of the people that are still in that building?
No, man, I can't imagine that they think the building's going to collapse. But there's no telling what what kind of damage they're seeing inside what they're witnessing.
Bonsai house.
They might see
At
the whole
110
inside is
stories
completely
each,
burned
one
out.
WTC,
They might be looking
North Tower,
100
and
feet
two
up
WTC,
at a
South
gaping
Tower,
hole.
Provided nearly 10
You know?
million square feet of office space, with some floors being double with
Well, and
24
everybody
foot
that's
ceilings.
above, from what I understand, the
Architecture.com.
plane collapsed at least one of the emergency stairwells to get
Bonsai
out.
house.
So when they went
Means the
to
average floor was
evacuate,
10 to
they
12
ran
feet.
into a blazing inferno of hell.
Okay, we were 31 minutes up into this thing, man. Oh my god. There's 32:51 right here. That's crazy that I spotted that dude, man. Oh my god. I never expected to see that. Oh my god. Somebody's dangling a fucking blanket out of there. Look, you see that big white flag?
Yeah.
Zoom it in.
I'm doing it. It takes me a second to do it.
I see something. That could just be a piece of flashing broke loose from the building too, though.
It was there a second ago. I don't know what happened. Oh, they moved it, dude. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, if I was in that building, I'd be doing everything that I could think of to get the help notified that
house.
we're trapped like rats.
Could be a
Come
French
get
guy
us.
trying to surrender.
Bro, they moved. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, they zoomed way in. Holy shit. You can see lights are still on inside, man. That
Bonsai house.
that camera they got is insane.
Optical zoom 2.
That
Wow.
that camera's insane. That's one of them fancy New York City cameras. Holy shit, bro. You gotta get your whole beard in there. You remind me of Iceman. I think Ice cut his beard off, though.
Oh, he did?
I believe so, man. I believe he cut it off.
Bonsai house.
Yo, Ice, are you here?
Must be a blackberry. Wow.
Yo, Iceman. Yo, Iceman. It's definitely Iceman time, so he should be around. Dude, the fire coming out of the second tower that got hit, billowing out, is insane. It's like going, that smoke is going straight up from the corner right there. Hey, we lost Paul. We got a Paul down. We got a Paul down. We got a Paul down. My mom's gonna be like, what are you doing? What are you yelling about in there? We got a Paul down, Mom. Hey, Ma, we got a Paul down. Come back, Paul. Paul's cool as shit, dude. Paul's like, let's smoke, son. He's out smoking us. Where's Paul at? Hey, Paul. Hey, Paulie. I'm out here drinking the cappuccino. Me and Paulie talking a little bit on the street corner. We're not doing anything. We're watching the folks go by. You know, sometimes we like to just fucking chill out.
Bonsai
Like to
house.
smoke a little blunt.
Yo, Kevin Hart blew the whistle on Will Ferrell. He still uses a blackberry. Intentionally. Says it keeps him disconnected.
It's funny.
What is then a blackberry? Why, yes. Yes, it is.
It's funny. Dude, this photography is insane, bro. I can't believe we get to watch this fucking... This is just... I feel like it's an honor that we've been given to be able to see this, man. Like, I wonder if the federal government had access to all of these tapes during the investigation, and none of this was released, but they got to see it.
Tula Tetro. Did you hear about thousands stuck in desert mud at Burning Man? They have to ration food and gas.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Yeah, we talked about that too. It's fucking crazy. So all those people want to act like they're roughing it when they go out there to Burning Man. Huh, now they know what it's like to rough it. Fucking mud wrestling. Somebody died. 70,000 people are gonna walk out of there. Dude, look at that fire in the first tower that got hit on the right. Look at that fire burning inside, guys. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. I know it's the angle. It makes the whole tower look like it's leaning. But she moved the camera. I wonder if she's saying anything.
Tula Tetro. Then there was Iran that drove into environmentalist road blockage that blocked thousands before entering.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's fucking weird. Like, kidnapping people, telling them they can't leave. Dude, it looks like somebody's throwing something out of It's like 3 things you've seen like thrown, like cast away and smoking, like lobbed away from. It looks like somebody's like signaling with something. Like we're in here. If these people had wingsuits and parachutes, they could have jumped out and lived.
Yeah.
Or at least had way more fun dying than that.
Kick_B0T. We all know who did it.
Yeah, Osama bin Laden and 21, 18 people from Saudi Arabia and 2 from, where were the other 2 from? Iraq? Or something?
Kick_B0T. Know the small hats.
I don't know what that means.
He was just arriving here in Sarasota at LIU Booker Elementary School. He had taken an early morning jog this morning at Sarasota, had just arrived here with a presidential motorcade. Then the spectacular
Kick_B0T. Sure, buddy.
Yeah, Osama bin Laden's hooked in with the Jews. That makes all the sense.
Bonsai House. It takes 400 feet at 120 miles per hour for
It's funny how you don't see this as this is an attack on Jews. It's funny how you don't see it that way, you idiot.
Kick_B0T.
You're a dumbass.
Bin Laden is Jewish aid.
Yeah, Bin Laden's Jewish. Right. Oh my
Why are you
god.
watching this?
You're hilarious. Because your mom? Where the hell's Paul, man? Paul, get your ass back in here. Oh, let me check Rumble, duh.
Tula Tetro. Here's the full video. One lady is a walking nut job.
He says he says his studio took a crap. He's resting everything. He's gonna come back on in a few minutes.
Kick_B0T. Are you a yoga bro?
Your mom is. Your mom, you're her mom, you're her mom. You're her mom.
And just to think Biden wants to take the death penalty off the table for the perpetrators of this would BS.
Yes, Cyber, I do want to smoke. 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 Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? Killer GB wants it, and just to think Biden want to take the death penalty off the table for the perpetrators of this what bullshit. Oh, Chris, where that newspaper? You got that newspaper, Chris? Cheers, Cyber. No longer regarding cannabis. Killer GB. That dude from Kick is kicked. Tula. Hello, Tula. It's Josh G. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.
Bonsai House. Do you think the smoke detectors were going off? I bet they never changed the batteries. Tula Tetro. Love you guys. Bonsai Lotto levels to keep batteries updated.
I think a giant hole burned inside the middle of that building. And the top caved in like this.
They should have had a guy for that. Jim. The battery chan.
Like where that antenna is, like the antenna just sunk right into it. I don't know, we'll see. It looks like...
Edwin Sparks 420. This is crazy.
Bro, it's fucking crazy. Can you believe this footage exists? It's got sound too.
Grotesque scene of the World Trade Center buildings. It was in February of '93.
February 93 is when that World Trade Center bombing happened. That's what I thought this was at first.
This is when they blew up the Trade Center that day. I was right. No, I heard this. I mean, I almost was out of my mind.
Bonsai House. Well, they had sound back then.
This is 47 minutes in, guys. I have a feeling this goddamn thing's about to fall. The first one.
Killer GB _1. I remember exactly where I was that morning.
I think we all do.
Right?
It's just one of those things.
70 seconds to deal with more service coming in here.
I mean, I'm not even an American and I fucking remember what I did.
The Pentagon is being evacuated. There is a large fire there, and that is the smoke you see in the shot that you're looking at now. Why that fire is getting outside, we have not yet confirmed. There is a fire on the mall in Washington. The cause of the fire on the mall in Washington, we cannot yet tell you. We can tell you that the White House has been evacuated, or we can tell you that 2 planes have crashed into the World Trade Center in New York. All of this began just a little more than an hour ago.
I always Casey doing that. I wonder what's going on in the school with Daniel. I hope she's not at school. Yes, I hope she's not at work.
God, it's so crazy to hear them talking in the background.
Killer GB _1. I didn't even see video of it until 24 hours or more after the fact. Edwin Sparks 420. At Killer GB _1 same I was in gym class.
Department has arrived in force on the scene. There's a police helicopter overhead. Every car that arrived at the gate where I was located was being stopped by officers at gunpoint. Everyone's being forced out of their vehicles as they arrive at the Pentagon. Very tense situation, obviously, but initial reports from witnesses indicate that there was, in fact, a helicopter circling the building. Contrary to what the AP reported, according to the witnesses I've spoken to anyway, and that the helicopter disappeared behind the building and that there was an explosion. That's about all I have from here.
Someone reporting that a helicopter went behind the building and exploded. And that's what the reporting is on the TV.
Many of you probably know, some of you don't, is in that part of lower Manhattan, part of
Man, it's creating its own weather system up there, man. Look at the way that smoke is feeding into the other building.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
The FAA has suspended takeoffs and landings, and I want to make sure I get this right, guys, that in all airports around
Dude.
If Stacy left Daniel in school and what's going on, and then I'm gonna go more. Yes.
You call the fire department and you say, and when are you going to start putting out this fire? Make sure somebody has reported this.
He's trying to get home from the airport. All flights are closed down.
Yes.
Is being evacuated. The president, who is in Sarasota today to make a speech on education, has spoken briefly to cameras and will shortly make his way back to Washington. They are checking out Air Force One now. Let's go to Atlanta. Chad Myers can talk to us a bit about the air traffic problems. Chad, are you there?
Aaron, yes. All of the airports across the country have been shut down. We started with Zone New York, which includes Islip, Newark, JFK, LaGuardia, all the way down to Philadelphia. And then IAH, Houston, and then San Francisco, and then LA. They were just falling like a deck of cards, and then all of a sudden the FAA just said, we're shutting down everything. All flights have been canceled for another 7 hours, which is about 5 o'clock Eastern time. And then we'll reignite there. We'll take a look what's going on after that. The probability of extension, as they call that, is high, which means even after 5 o'clock, the airport may still be shut down. We'll keep watching before you hear from Atlanta.
I know, it just ran by. My mom's like, here's a deer.
Absolutely not, except in wartime, of course, Aaron, and obviously this is not that. But with all the airports, as they were going down from west to east, we could see them, and then we could eventually see from New York, and then they canceled Boston, as we got the report that the first flight, or one of the possible hijack flights, did come out of Boston, and then it just started going down from there. But never, ever before have we ever seen all of
Killer GB_1. I was sleeping on a stripper's floor, woke up to the reports on the radio. She did not even have a TV. We left to go camping that morning with my dad.
About 8:45 Eastern Time, a plane crashed into the foremost of those towers that are the World Trade Center. That's Air Force One you see in Florida's President on board. Obviously, extraordinary security on the plane before the president was heading back to Washington. The short time ago, the president made a statement that terrorism against our nation will not stand. The government will hunt down those responsible. Mr. Bush said today we had a national tragedy. 2 planes have crashed into the World Trade Center in the apparent terrorist attack on the country. And we also have a report now that it was a plane that crashed into the Pentagon, and we have a large...
Now they got to report the plane crashed into the Pentagon.
As we speak now, the White House has been evacuated as well. CNN's John King joins us on the phone. John.
And I'm standing at Lafayette Park directly across from the White House, perhaps about 200 yards from the White House residence itself.
There's so much smoke coming out of there now, guys. I mean, there's just you can see there's a massive increase. You can see the flames inside, working on the corner of that building. Oh my God, you can see the fire inside on both sides, guys, all working on that, just about the same group of floors.
John, hang on
and you can see it has dripped down. I guess the steel's melted and it's like dripping down.
Bonsai House. Have you ever seen the Mount St. Helens eruption? It's scary as fuck.
No, they got that on video too. This is crazy, bro. The amount of smoke pouring out of this building is just insane. There's so much fuel inside that building. When you watch it burn like this, for you to not for you to deny that the fires what caused the thing to fall is just insane. When you realize the amount of energy going on to produce all that smoke. There's so much energy burning inside that freaking thing. It's almost like it was designed to do this. I mean, where were the freaking sprinkler systems that were supposed to put all these fires out? What was going on with that?
Behind me at the World Trade Center, and you can see the smoke billowing out of the front tower now. And then about a half an hour later, just as emergency crews were converging on the scene, as eyewitnesses were gathering on the street corners, a second plane drove into it. You can see that plane.
It's crazy. As many times as I've seen this, I can't stop watching it.
You can see it hit as it comes through what looks to me at least, and this is the first time I've seen that tape, come through the backside of the
Bonsai House. Yes. You expect it to erupt out the top, but then the side of the volcano fails and 1,000 acres shoot across the landscape from the mountainside. Apocalyptic.
Wow, bro.
attack, which was at about 8:45. Look, we want to be careful here. We don't want to get too far ahead of this, but obviously this has all the appearances of an extraordinarily well-coordinated and devastating terrorist attack here in the United States. Certainly nothing like it since Oklahoma City, or nothing like it here in New York since the terrorist attack in the same World Trade Center buildings in February of 1993. At the Pentagon, a plane or a helicopter has crashed.
A plane or a helicopter.
Whatever this operation has been, and
now I got a deer and a hawk right there. Beautiful. And another hawk.
Well, there's a lot of confusion here at the Pentagon. It appears that something hit the Pentagon on the outside of the 5th corridor, on the Army corridor. Several Army officers I talked to reported hearing a big explosion, seeing shards of metal coming past their window. The Pentagon has been evacuated. Emergency services personnel were rushing to reports of several people trapped in the building. Most of the building's 24,000 people are outside of the building or in the center of the courtyard as the emergency team try to sort out what has happened here. There is, of course, thick black smoke billowing from the scene. There's a lot of confusion. The Defense Protective Service, which is the police force here in the Pentagon, has been urging people to get out of the building and move away from the scene so they can handle the emergency situation. Again, it appears that an aircraft of some sort did hit the side of the Pentagon in the west front, which is a sort of photograph the city front. Obviously, under a lot of Army officers who were in the back. And so,
Two deer. Two deer and a hawk. Two deer and two hawks. Hawks. Two hawks. Two deer, two hawks.
Oh my God! Something else blew up.
Oh, dude! It just dude. The second building that got hit went down.
Yeah.
Okay, that was unexpected. We're gonna see it fall here, guys. There it goes. Oh my God. Oh. So there were no explosions. There were no controlled explosions.
Something else blew up.
She doesn't realize that the tower fell yet.
Oh my God.
Again, this is going on now in 2 cities. We have a report that there's a fire at the State Department as well, and that is being evacuated. So we've got fires at the Pentagon evacuated, the State Department evacuated, the White House evacuated on the basis of what Secret Service described as a credible terrorist threat. We have 2 explosions, 2 planes hitting the World Trade Center here in New York, and what this second explosion was, it took place about part of the south tower that apparently collapsed. We don't know if that was from the impact of this first plane that hit it, or whether something else has happened there. We'll work on that. Washington, Europe, Francesco is on the phone. Frank, what are you hearing?
Karen, I just drove past the Pentagon across the 14th Street Bridge, which is now totally traffic. We're beginning to hear emergency sirens and rescue personnel standing out across Washington. There is a gigantic black billowing cloud of smoke that has been rising over the Pentagon. You heard Jamie McIntyre a moment ago describe where that was coming from. I can also tell you local radio in addition talking about evacuations that we've heard at the Pentagon. The White House is reporting that the Capitol building has been evacuated and the Treasury Department has been evacuated. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, is exceptionally tense and clearly taking steps as if it is virtually under siege here. We don't know specifically, as you said, what has taken place at the Pentagon, but this is very serious, striking at the heart of the national government. And as John C. was explaining,
Frank, I need to interrupt you for a second. Again, there has been a second explosion here in Manhattan at the Trade Center. We are getting reports that a part of the tower, the second tower, the one a bit further to the south of us, has collapsed. We are checking on that. We're also told that the Sears Tower in Chicago has been evacuated. And what I can't tell you on that is whether there was something specific that happened there, whether there was an attack on that building yet. We're checking that out, or whether there was a warning, whether there was a threat of some sort, or whether that is simply precautionary. What we can tell you is that just in the last several minutes here, 2 or 3 minutes, a second or a third, I guess technically extraordinary event has happened here in Lower Manhattan. You can see this extraordinary plume of smoke that is, or was, at least, the second tower, the World Trade Center. Perhaps 3 or 4 minutes ago, you could, from where we were standing, see that second building that is just a bit to the south of the first building, but you can't see it anymore. It is covered with smoke. A large pool of smoke also coming still from the first tower, where the first plane hit at about 8:45. We can, by the way, if we can cue the tape, we can show you that second attack, or at least the second explosion in the Trade Center that occurred at about 9:15 Eastern Time. As you can imagine, Lord, there you can see to the right of your screen a plane coming in. We heard a report of a hijacked American Airlines plane. It comes into the south side, and then boom, you can see the fire coming out the front of the north side of the building. I guess that'd be the northeast side of the building. And then just in the last several minutes, there has been a second explosion, or at least, perhaps not an explosion, perhaps part of the building simply collapsed. And that's what we saw, and that's what we're looking at. can get is where the trade centers are. The Sears Tower in Chicago has been evacuated, and we continue to check on the circumstances there. The Pentagon, the State Department, and the White House have been evacuated in Washington as well. The President has said, we can show you now what happened just a few months ago at the Trade Center. Watch the building to the left, to the back of those two buildings. This is just a few minutes ago. We don't know if something happened, another explosion, or if the building was so weakened, it just collapsed. But we have one of our producers on the phone, and I didn't get the name, so why don't we just go ahead? You there?
Yeah, this is really hard to keep on. Yours?
Well, tell me what you know.
Just a few minutes ago, we saw there's a portion of the building where the first plane struck that seemed to be buckling and biting itself almost as the hospital building was going to fall. Shortly after that, two people, and it's hard to tell whether they were being pushed, and they typically push themselves to sort of river side of the building, would be the west side of the building, and appeared to jump from the top floor, just under where you were seeing the smoke and fire.
That's extraordinary. The South Tower, the World Trade Center, has collapsed. Again, tell me, how long ago was it that you saw this?
This would have been about 5 minutes ago, and prior to that, you could see heads popping out of windows right.
I mean, you can literally see that the building, when it fell, the building broke in half, fell like that. You know, and you can see there were no explosions that caused that. It's so obvious when you can see it from this angle. And I'm thankful that we have this angle to see. I have a feeling we're going to see something similar when this one goes. They're being totally quiet in the apartment.
Huge plumes of smoke. All airports across the country, every airport in the United States has been shut down as the FAA and the government tries to figure out exactly what is happening, what is at risk, what is not, who is behind it. Are there more explosions, more attacks?
Yeah, right now there was a plane flying over the United States right now where they were fighting. The passengers were fighting with the terrorists. That was going on as this was happening. Deer, you might see the deer walk back here. Yep. Some deer walking, guys.
What we do not know is whether or not the Vice President and the National Security Team have stayed inside the White House Situation Room. We know that they were directing and monitoring operations from there, and it was just about 15 minutes.
You see what we had to do? We had to get situated. In situation. Great job, Brownie.
John, tell us what the government's national security apparatus will do right now. I mean, what do you guess is happening, and where is it happening? Well, I don't know. I can't tell. From the White House situation, we're being resident for Vice
Flan O'Houlihan. Hey Nays, hope you have a heat day and stream, brother.
Thank you, Flan O'Houlihan. Thank you.
Whether or not they have stayed in there is unclear. We know in the past that would be a routine. We just do not have a direct answer as yet. Most of the
UAPs. Fascinating.
So I got, you're just not being,
Seeing it from another angle.
into the building right now, or at least not getting an answer at this point.
calls you get into the building are not answered at this point. More fire apparatus showing us now as we saw most of the senior staff come out. We have not seen the national security staff.
One guy was on the top of one of the World Trade Centers and got out. These things collapse differently, I believe. I think this one collapses in on itself. The other one kind of went off to the side a little bit.
And again, just because we lost a little bit at the beginning, where are you physically now? This is
I'm just south of the Harlem Tunnel in downtown Manhattan, perhaps 10 to 15 blocks north of the World Trade Center.
Got it. And the pictures that viewers are looking at, this was that collapse of the South Tower just a few minutes ago here in New York.
Yes, the moments after that, people began running toward us. Jennifer West, running to the stock exchange, was about 5 blocks away, and she's already
UAPs. Is this on YouTube?
Yes, it is. Would you like a link? Here you go.
Nays Garden.
This was put up just a few years ago. And I have a feeling we're going to see more of these. We've seen 2 so far. Dude, did they left the apartment? They left the camera running and left the apartment, it sounds like. They didn't answer the phone. Oh shit, there's smoke coming out of the top, guys. You see that?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude. That must have broken a hole right through the roof right there. I bet there's flames shooting straight out the top. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wonder if that's coming off the roof or if that's coming from the other side.
Tula Tetro. Still watching thus.
Yeah, hon, this is an angle that I've never seen before. This has only been out for a few years.
Tula Tetro. Where's Andpa?
I don't know. Probably doing his stuff that he does. His grandpa stuff.
UAPs. Any interest on the CU UAP situation?
No. Because there aren't any. Unless you consider a metallic-looking balloons a UAP from some little kid's birthday party, traveling at 35 miles an hour in the wind. Or a glare from a freaking infrared camera, or fucking blurry fucking video, intentionally blurred, where you could literally see the stars blurring the same way as the airplane they're filming. Come on, dude. UAP.
UAPs. Well, UAPs have been confirmed. That's not a question anymore.
No, they
I'm
haven't.
asking, are you interested in the CU situation with CONUS and the Pentagon?
No, UAPs have not been confirmed. People have told you they've seen them, that's all. You don't have to see video of UAPs, and nothing has been confirmed. What are you referring to?
UAPs. They have been confirmed.
Okay, with what, Cyber? With what fucking evidence, bro? Just produce the fucking evidence. What's the evidence of a UAP?
UAPs. The Air Force.
No, the Air Force isn't evidence. Where's the evidence you have?
That guy who recently came out, if you talk about him, he didn't produce any evidence at all. All he had was anecdotal, how you fucking pronounce it, stories about people he had met in the fucking military. He didn't provide a paper, he didn't provide a photo, he didn't provide any video, he didn't provide anything that anyone else had not said before. And people think he's credible because he had a job in the military. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. He didn't produce anything. It was all just fucking words coming out of his fucking mouth.
Bonsai House. Uncle Ampa. UAPs. The Air Force released proof.
You know, if you talk about that guy, right? What proof did he come out with exactly? Show me the proof he came out with. And then I shut the fuck up.
Cyber, you cursed on my peaceful deer video.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Where do you see it? Where do you see this buck, bro?
UAPs. UAPs aren't a question anymore. The other stuff he said isn't what I'm referring to.
You guys see this buck? Look at the rack on that thing. It's a good 8-pointer. It could be a 10-pointer.
Bonsai House.
I got a good video of him.
I'll show them a UAP by pressing my butthole on their window.
Yeah, you have no proof. You can show me a link to proof UAPs. Show me a link to proof. You got a link? Great. Show me the video. It's been released, so it's public. You've seen it. Show it to us. Let us see the proof. Does the evidence have a title of the video? Like the Go Fast or the Gimbal? Please, dude.
UAPs. Yes.
Or the Tic Tac? Which one, bro? Which one is it? Which debunked piece of bullshit is it? The Go Fast? Is the Go Fast? Wah, 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 wah. Is the Go Fast, bro? The 35 mile an hour albatross?
UAPs. All of the above are UAP.
All of the above?
Bonsai House.
No.
Wait, I told them it was gonna be my butthole, so it's identified.
I intentionally mentioned, that's so funny, I intentionally mentioned all the things that I'd seen debunked by 2 different sources. So, now you're a liar. Now you're just a liar. Go do some research, man. Thunderfoot and Mick West on YouTube. Thunderfoot with 2 zeros. Mick West.
UAPs. Debunked. They were confirmed.
Yeah, would you like to see one of the debunking? I'd love to show you the debunking video of the Go Fast by Thunderfoot. You can literally see the thing flapping its wings.
Yeah, actual.
Okay, I'll pull it up for you. No problem. No problem. I like to do this for people if you're really interested in learning. I don't mind showing you what I've learned. And
UAPs. I'm open to it completely.
Excellent, excellent. Well, this is Thunderfoot. He's a legitimate scientist. So
Bonsai
check out what he has to say about it.
I'll just paint my butthole blue. It'll be in disguise. They'll buy it.
Beyond our current understanding of aerodynamics.
So he does a whole bunch of shaming.
Maneuvering in ways that no aircraft that we are currently aware of has that capability.
Okay, so this is all shaming right here.
Top Gun US pilot from aircraft carrier spots UFO on infrared. That's a little more clicking power than, I don't know. Someone misidentifies something mundane on infrared camera.
Whack, whack. That's the
what
duck.
hell is that?
It's a duck.
Is that quacking? I mean, Tucker Carlson, he's a reporter with a real news channel. This isn't fake news, this is the real news. Inside the Navy's 2015 encounter with a UFO, 1 million views 2 years ago. UFO footage released by Pentagon, raw video 5 days ago, 2 million hits.
Flight performance characteristics that are well beyond the threshold of what we would consider I think normal or routine for aircraft.
Damn, what a gullible breed.
Surface. There's no wings or anything approaching a wing, and there's also no obvious propulsion. So infrared doesn't pick up any jet trail or rocket exhaust coming out of these things.
And of course, I wouldn't want you to think this is limited to Fox News. Pentagon officially releases UFO videos, 4.1 million hits. CBS. Pentagon officially releases UFO videos. Pentagon declassified leaked UFO videos 3 of 3. ABC, million hits. Million hits. Million hits. Tell someone keep those geese quiet. I'm trying to debunk these UFO sightings.
In this particular
With the
case,
duck
you have
quacking in the
objects that
background.
are doing things, maneuvering in waves without any obvious sign of propulsion and defying the natural effects of Earth's gravitational...
Now there are three amazing pieces of footage released here.
In a statement, the Department of Defense said it was releasing the videos in order to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage that's been circulating was real or whether or not there is more to the videos. The aerial phenomena observed in these videos, they say, remain characterized as unidentified.
You pack cyber?
And this is genuinely the Department of
give me a
Defense
second.
download site, and these are the files. They're called FLIR for forward-looking infrared, Go Fast, and Gimbal. Now, initially, I was going to analyze all of these in one go, but it just takes way too long. So I'm just going to take a look at the one that Tucker Carlson was gushing cryptic enthusiasm over, about how this could be the sign that we're not alone. That's called Go Fast.
And that would include this video. It shows 2 Navy pilots encountering something bizarre off the east coast of the United States. Watch this.
Watch this. Okay. Oh, that was it. That was it. Oh my God, that's it.
So he says there.
Okay, guys, listen to him at 5:10, 5:09. Okay, 5:08. Listen to him at 5:07. He's going to say that's an albatross. Yeah, looks like an albatross. Did you hear that? He's like, what the hell is that? He's like, looks like an albatross. So he literally says it on the tape, and everybody acts like they don't hear that. Cheers, Cyber. Cheers, everybody in the lower Organic Cannabis.
Coast of the United States. Watch this.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.
Okay, so he says there that he didn't box a moving target, he's auto-tracking something that's in the field of view. Okay?
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow.
Okay, these are guys who fly for a living, who know what other airplanes look like, including those maintained by foreign governments, and they're totally shocked by this. This is one among many.
No, he said it looks like an albatross.
Including many.
He wasn't shocked.
In the middle of the day,
you can literally hear him say the
people,
words.
Lots of independent
Well, what we see is something whizzing along, and someone's trying to catch it with a camera, and eventually they get a lock on, and boom, which I've got to admit, when you understand what you're looking at here, is a superb piece of engineering. Now, what you've got to understand here is all of this footage is in the infrared. So hot things either appear as black or as white, depending on which mode the infrared is in. And how can you tell which one it's in? It's there in the overlay. That's the bottom there. So the target that we're tracking here isn't actually that much hotter or warmer than the surroundings. I mean, it's certainly not the sort of temperature you would get off a jet engine or any engine for that matter. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's about the same temperature as a flying duck.
Previously, they've said advanced unknown aircraft.
I love Hitman. No matter what you do to them, you don't feel bad.
Cool. So here we've got some infrared footage. So you can see it's a hot summer's day. It's 26 degrees. That's warm to the touch. And the sky obviously didn't put out much infrared. So what do birds look like in the infrared? And there you go. That's what birds look like in the infrared. So little specks of slightly warm stuff, because birds are warm-blooded, especially when they're doing exercise, like when they're flying. And of course, we can sort of change the contrast range on our camera such that we can, my God, look at those strange flying entities in the sky. My God, look at that. Look at those strange, unidentified aerial phenomena. I wonder what they could possibly be. And look, let's track them.
It's like, look,
they change direction magically like that.
Bonsai
Defying
house.
gravity with no
That's clearly
signs
Andy on
of
crack.
propulsion.
Now they're saying
Andy Dick.
unidentified aerial phenomena. And that is, it's a term borrowed from the British government. We used it in the Ministry of Defence, and we meant UFOs.
And the guy running the sensor on the plane is probably bored out of his mind, and he's just trying to get a lock on to the duck. Actually, maybe it looks more like a seagull to me. And he's tried several times to get a lock on, and when he does, it goes zoom. It goes fast. How can that be? And how can this truly be a sign that we are not alone?
And nobody's paying attention to this. I mean, this seems like a watershed moment. I mean, we have all this tape of objects defying the known laws of physics right next to U.S. military installations. The military admits it. Why is this not page one news everywhere?
Well, it should be, absolutely.
Well, planes, turns out, fly faster than birds. And the camera on this plane is gimbaled, such that, you know, when the planes are flying along, they can look at a fixed point on the ground without too much fiddling. Now, where the camera is pointing is actually contained in the information on the overlay. So it's 40 degrees left, that sort of thing. Or that little dot there shows which direction the camera is pointing relative to the plane's motion. So let's see what happens when they get the lock on. It goes a whiz, and the camera starts scrolling around to the left as the plane overtakes the bird. But why does the water look like it's going so fast? Well, it's an effect called parallax, where objects
It actually don't look like it goes fast. Look at it.
Yeah, I know. Or if you were to look onto the object in the foreground, the opposite would be the case. So here is a simple schematic of roughly what you're looking at. Is the plane is flying along and it gets the lock onto the bird, which is effectively stationary compared to the speed that the plane is flying at. And then once you get the lock on, the camera scrolls around and it looks like the background is moving very fast compared to the bird. It goes fast.
The U.S. government is admitting that they have no idea what these things are, that they're probably not some
Up there it goes, holy shit.
plane.
God
Those who've actually
damn.
been to space are skeptical about what the videos reveal.
These objects are probably some kind of secret military program. The Pentagon, I'm assuming, declassified them because there was a lot of speculation going out there. They had already been leaked, so why not come out and say, okay, these films are genuine, they do exist, but we don't know what they are.
So let's take the simplest schematic of parallax and compare this to the
There it goes. Oh yeah, the top collapsed on itself, guys, and brought the rest down. So 128, 40, 120. You see the tower going down. The very first thing is you see the antenna going down first. No, you don't see any explosions. Hell no. Fucking A, dude. Oh my god. Dude. So now you got the smoke going away from up top, but the smoke from the ground coming up. It's surreal as fuck. Wow, man. That's crazy.
Identified flying object seen by the fighter plane.
These aircraft carriers that many of these UFOs have been interacting with, obviously these are billion-dollar assets. And if the official position of the most powerful navy in the world is, frankly, little more than, we don't know what this is, I don't think that's good enough.
And I'm sure there's people out there who will say the mere fact that it's parallax is proof that it's aliens.
Of all the threats the Corps ever faced, the gravest was an entity of fear known as parallax.
I mean, your suspicion should have been first clued in when, yeah, you can just about make out it flapping its wings. You know, boom, 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 boom. Cool. So what else have we got on this Department of Defense Pentagon footage that no one else can explain? Well, if you take a look at the display here, this is the altitude of the plane in feet, which is 25,000 feet. It's about 8,000 meters. This up here tells you the field of view.
Way
the narrow
up.
field of view, turns out, with a zoom factor of 1, means that the entire field of view here is about 1.5 degrees.
Cyber, does this seem familiar to you, bro?
The diameter of the full moon. Or to look at it another way, if you hold up both of your thumbs at arm's length, it's about that sort of angular size. So, from that, we can calculate what the field of view is on the ground at this magnification. And from that, we can get an estimate of the size of this object. Now, there's one last fly in the ointment here. This is the angle that the camera is pointing at, where 0 would mean that the camera is pointing towards the horizon, and -35 means it's pointing somewhat down towards the ground. But let's just, for the sake of argument, say that it's pointing directly down at the moment to get a feel for the field of view on the ground. So here's our plane, and this is the actual field of view that you're looking at. We know that this distance here is about 8,000 meters, which means that you can calculate that this distance here is about 200 meters. The field of view here is about 200 meters. It's about the length of 2 football fields. So let's put 2 football fields on there to see if we can get an idea of how big this object could be, really at its biggest. Even when you include the fact that the camera isn't pointing directly down but out at about 20 degrees from the horizon, you're only looking at about a factor of 2 in size. And that's the maximum possible size this object can be if it's actually sat on the ground at its furthest distance. We clearly can see that it's not at its furthest distance, but actually up in the air somewhere.
They do in fact show aerial phenomena the Navy cannot explain, and that in fact our understanding of physics cannot explain.
Tell me this isn't a government operation.
Work. The things that have been reported are that it was $22 million spent over a few years. It was people like you who
What
had
a
other
waste.
jobs in the military, but sort of came together to try and
sons
figure
of
these things out,
bitches.
and that there were facilities
With their
that were
lies
leased
and
and
their
built to
misrepresentation.
hold things that were found.
So can we get an estimate of how high this object actually is? Why, yes, we can. You know, not so much using our understanding of physics, but say, for instance, geometry. And I'm sure Tucker here will tell you that the Navy, you know, despite building billion-dollar aircraft carriers, you know, they just can't understand geometry. So what do we know? We know the speed that the aircraft is going at because it's right there on the display. 0.61, 0.62, Mach, that sort of thing. Which means that in about 1.5 seconds, the plane will have travelled about 300 meters. Now, why did I choose 1.5 seconds then? Well, because there's a feature that actually whizzes by in about 1.5 seconds when the bird is locked in the center of the field of view. So, we know the field of view is about 200 meters, we know the plane has traveled about 300 meters, and we know that the bird is sat in the middle of the field of view for all of this time. So we know roughly where the bird is in between the ground and the plane. And we know the altitude of the plane, so we can get an estimate of the height that the bird is at. Now you can include, of course, the offset of the camera here, but it turns out all of these things cancel out in ratio. So this is just the simplified version.
But these must just be weather balloons, right?
Well, the weather balloons that are expressing technologies that are far beyond our current understanding of aerodynamics, things that are maneuvering in ways that no aircraft that we are currently aware of has that capability to.
I think it's terrifying. I mean, this seems potentially like one of the biggest stories of my lifetime, and I don't care if it's about UFOs or whatever you
I
call
don't
it.
care
Something
whether
we don't understand.
He's
is getting very
so
close to our military
self-righteous.
aircraft, and the government isn't responding adequately.
Such
and I
a
hope you keep
caricature
sounding
of
the alarm on this.
himself.
You enjoyed that. You're damned right.
So whatever this object is, it's got a wingspan of about 1 meter. So if I remember rightly, just a first guess, Canadian geese have a wingspan of about 1 meter. And they do. I wonder what altitude they typically fly at. Well, about 1 kilometer, but they've been known to fly up to 9 kilometers high. And what was the altitude of this mysterious object? About 2 kilometers. I mean, surely no birds could fly that high. Well, what do we got? Well, we're going to ignore the vultures. Common crane flies up to 10 kilometers high. Well, that's over the Himalayas. Goose
Yeah, like
flies
condor,
up to 8 kilometers again, flying over
pretty
the
high.
Himalayas. Whooping swan flies up to 8 kilometers. Northern Ireland, recorded by radar. The duck flies up to about 6 kilometers high, recorded over Nevada. Or, yeah, if you want a bigger bird, you know, white stork, 4-5 kilometers while migrating.
No, absolutely not. Somebody in the Pentagon must have. They say we don't want to hypothesize about this. That's fine, but there must be in the Pentagon a best assessment, and there must be a view of what they're ruling out. We should be told.
Well, I've got good news for you.
Quack,
I actually
bitch.
wrote to the Pentagon expressing your concern that you had a right to know, along with the fact that you had the right to completely ignore all the information that was on the screen and to not think about this critically at all. After all, you're a reporter for a fair and balanced news organization. And surprisingly, the Pentagon got back to me in record time. They wanted me to convey this message to you.
Damn, what a good old read.
Okay, so 1/3 of the declassified super evidence of UFOs from the Pentagon consisted of plane spots bird in air. That was one of the top 3. Now I'm going to give you a reason why I think this clip actually exists and why it's actually super impressive when you understand it. To track a small moving object with such a small temperature
Here's a
difference
thought.
from the environment, from an
Hey man, if it was a UAP, then why didn't the pilots turn around and start pursuing it, you fucking deep thinkers.
Another object.
Duh. No one thought of that, did they?
Traveling half the speed of sound from a few kilometers away is actually a super impressive feat of engineering. And I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that's one of the reasons this clip exists in the first place. It's got nothing to do with aliens, but to show how impressive the hardware on the aircraft is. Actually, let me just add one slight correction to this. Now that I look at it again, it turns out that the bird is actually colder than the environment, which maybe makes sense if you think about it. By the time you get up to this sort of altitude, the air temperature is going to be down at somewhere between freezing point and 10 degrees above freezing, that sort of thing.
And there's
with
air blowing
infrared,
on
of
it.
course, you only see the surface temperature.
Yeah, it's
entirely
flying,
possible
so the
that
air's blowing on it,
the
cooling it
feathers
off.
are insulating the bird, and the surface of the feathers is cold.
Right.
Which is why the bird, in this case, actually looks colder than the environment. But I should stress, it's only somewhat cooler than the environment. So, what do you think there? Other declassified information from the Pentagon about UFOs is going to turn out to be? Camera has dirt on lens? Or turbulence? Or
I want to believe. Look at that,
more
Cyber.
parallax.
The Guardian became the very evil he had wished to destroy. He became Parallax.
Tell the Guardians it's Parallax.
Tune in next time to find out. So I hope you enjoyed.
We do enjoy you, Thunderfoot. That was awesome. Also, Mick West debunks the same thing. This is in 6 minutes and 43 seconds.
Go fast video. This video appears to show an object flying very close to the water, which is how it's presented on Unidentified.
That thing is hauling
That's
ass.
exactly my point.
It's a little less than 2/3 the speed of sound.
This description is repeated on the To the Stars Academy page.
A little less than
where the
2/3
video
the
was
speed of
first
sound.
released.
That's math,
A
bro.
white oval shape
Okay.
moving at high speed,
I passed
flying very low
6th grade
over the water.
geometry.
But is it really low and fast? No, it's not. It's actually high and slow. And we can prove this with the information in the video. There's a bunch of numbers on screen. The altitude of the jet is pretty constant at 25,000 feet. The calibrated airspeed in the lower left is also fairly constant at around 255 knots, which gives a true airspeed of 370 knots when you correct for the 25,000 feet pressure
So,
altitude.
in other words, it's hauling ass.
The jet is flying straight at first, but after locking on, it banks about 13 degrees to the left. I extracted this information by feature tracking the ends of the horizon line. So the jet's turning a little bit to the left. The number at the top is the angle of the camera relative to the front of the jet. It goes from 35 degrees left to 58 degrees left. The number on the middle left is the camera's downward tilt. It goes from 22 degrees down to 35 degrees down. One of the more important numbers here is the range number, on the right-hand side, labeled RNG. This is the distance to the target in nautical miles. It does not show up until the target is acquired, but then
That's
it goes
pretty
from
fucking cool,
4.4
bro.
nautical miles to 3.3 nautical
That's
miles.
Mick West is awesome.
So we can use all these numbers and how they change over time.
Sean
to
the
do
Orca
two
guy.
things.
UAPs, otherwise known as
Firstly,
what the hell is that
we can
thing?
calculate
We'll do
how high
gimbal
the object
next.
is. That isn't too complicated. We know the angle the camera is looking down at, and we know the distance to the object. So the height of the object below the camera is really just simple trigonometry. It's the range
What's up, Sean?
multiplied by the
Glad
sine
you're
of
here,
the
buddy.
downward angle. If you take the object to the start and the end of the tracking, we get 4.4 nautical miles times the sine of 26 degrees gives us 1.92 nautical miles below the plane. Then at the end, 3.4 nautical miles times the sine of 35 degrees
See how close
gives us
Thunderfoot was.
1.95 nautical miles, about the same. Then it's an object that's around 13,000 feet above the water. And it's also being viewed from a jet at 25,000 feet. So basically it's halfway between the jet and the ocean
He
surface.
said 2 kilometers above the water.
Show me
This
your
is very
guy.
important.
Me
because
too,
it means
bro.
the perceived motion of the object against the ocean surface, even if it were moving very slowly, or even if it were not moving at all, would be the same as the speed of the jet itself. This parallax effect is hugely magnified by the high zoom, which is set to NAR, narrow, or around 1.5 degrees field of view.
Field of view.
We've already seen the unidentified analysis is wrong. It's not close to the water at all. It's at 13,000 feet. But is it, as they say,
hauling
That's
ass?
exactly my point.
It's a little less than 2/3 the speed of sound.
How many feet are in a kilometer?
1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, and there's 3.3 feet on 1 meter, right?
So like 4,000.
So that would be 3,333 feet.
So this thing was even higher than that. Than 2 kilometers. It was higher than. So Thunderfoot was wrong. According to Mick West, this object was flying probably double that altitude, probably 4 kilometers up. He says, what, 13,000 feet?
hauling ass and 2/3 the speed of sound? No, it's not even close. It's going as slow as 20 to 40 knots. Just wind speed at that altitude. We can determine this with some slightly more complex analysis. So we know that the jet and the object maintain constant
Bonsai House.
altitudes.
Where is
The average of
Thunderfoot's
13,000
accent
feet, the jet
from?
at 26,000
Sounds
feet.
Transylvanian or
So
maybe
we can
Rhode
restrict
Island.
the analysis of the speed of the object
It's
to an
Ukrainian.
overhead view. Now, given the range and the angle relative to the front of the jet, we can plot an initial position for that object relative to the jet. Then we know the speed of the jet and the time of the locked portion of the video, so we can plot where it will be at the end of the video. Then using the final range and the angles, we can plot the end position of the object. We can then divide this distance traveled by the time, and we get the speed of the object.
Wow.
This depends on how much the jet is turning to the left, but putting in a reasonable turn rate, and we get the object speeds in the range of 20 to 40 knots, maybe a bit more, but it's all consistent with wind speed of 13,000 feet. Not another jet, and certainly not 2/3 the speed of sound. We can also make a rough estimate of the size of the object based on the field of view, the range, and the fraction of the field of view covered by the object. This gives us a size of about 6 or 7 feet, about the size of, say, a weather balloon.
An albatross.
In Unidentified, they notice that the craft appears cold on the infrared, and the narrator says,
There is no known aircraft that can stay aloft for long without a source of lift and propulsion.
which is false, because there's an obvious type of aircraft, a helium balloon, which appears cold in infrared and can stay aloft for hours, even days. It can also look like it's moving really fast over the ground, when it's actually just parallax. Here's another example, where a balloon is clearly just a balloon, it's also barely moving, and it looks like it's moving really fast. Balloons themselves don't reflect radar, but weather balloons carry radar reflectors, which will be very easy for the range-finding radar to lock onto. And finally, in the Defense Department's Form 1910 that authorized public release of this video, the description specifically mentions balloons. Does this solve this one particular video? Not 100%, but it's a quite plausible answer that people are ignoring. Maybe they just didn't do the math, maybe they didn't like the answer, but you can't ignore it as a possibility. This video is a response to a discussion between former fighter pilot Chris Lato and thermal camera technician Dave Falch. In that discussion, Dave claims to debunk my rotating glare hypothesis with the gimbal video, and Chris claims to understand this. I'll demonstrate that neither claim is true. But first, let's start by establishing some facts.
Thank you.
Firstly, this is an example of infrared glare that obscures an entire plane. It's from the Chilean Navy UFO case that was solved in 2017. It's an Airbus A340, Iberia Flight 6830. In infrared, we see only large glares around the engine, and we can't see the plane, so infrared glare exists. Secondly, this is a narrow field of view. 1,000mm focal length, the plane is over 60 miles away, so infrared glare that obscures an airplane exists in narrow field of view. Thirdly, the shape of a glare is relative to the camera, so if you rotate the camera, the scene rotates, but the glare will stay in the same orientation in the video.
Watching live footage of burnt-out burners leaving and driving over flooded waters trying not to get stuck like some art.
But the glare does not. Fourthly,
Bonsai House.
Mechanism will
I've
rotate
always
the
thought
entire
Thundertoe
image
was a bit
glare and
proteaceous
all.
and biased.
I'll have no effect on
He
the
never has
orientation of the
videos
glare
that prove
within the
anything,
scene.
only videos that
What does
critique
that
or
mean?
judge.
Well,
Always.
the AppFLIR camera system is mounted inside a pod that must rotate to keep tracking an object. But the pilot does not
Thundertoe.
want the image on screen rotating. They want the horizon on their
Thunder
screen
Hoot.
to match the horizon through the window. So there's a derotation mechanism built in to correct that. It simply rotates the entire image back so the horizon is in the right place. Finally, if you derotate an image in which the background has rotated but the glare has not rotated, then it's going to look like the glare rotates but the background doesn't. We can demonstrate that by using the same video from earlier. The simplest way to derotate
Ooh,
it
it's
is
a
just to
UAP,
film it
guys,
over the
look.
camera. Now the image remains stable, but the glare seems to rotate. To recap, infrared glare exists. It can cover a plane. It exists even in narrow field of view. Glare shape is relative to the camera. Rotating the camera rotates the scene but not the glare, so the angle of the glare relative to the scene changes.
It's interesting.
Derotating the image rotates everything the same amount. Derotating an image where the background has rotated but the glare has not will make it look like the background has not rotated but the glare has rotated. Okay, now let's get into Dave's debunking. First of all, Dave agrees with me about the function of the derotation mechanism.
And so why do you need that, I guess?
Like, let's say you have your gimbal when it's rotating. You don't want the scene to rotate to the side, so you have a derotation counteract that. It's going to rotate the whole scene.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. The derotation mechanism rotates the entire scene, and it's there to keep the horizon in the right place. So let's see Dave's objection.
The big thing is refraction versus reflection, because he likes talking about how the big glare that he's talking about, it's
the glare.
It's something to do where there's already an existing glare, and then he theorizes that the gimbal moves, and then like a derotation device counteracts the rotation of the gimbal moving. But what I'm saying is, even if that glare existed, which it doesn't, but if that glare existed, it's going to rotate the whole scene opposed to refracting. If you have a lens like this is like a silicone, then you might have some refraction with the glare. You have the lens moving. But the derotation device that he touches on, it's not that at all. It's a couple of mirrors like this that are going to rotate the whole scene. So the object can't independently rotate on its own magically like this glare that he's hypothesizing.
Follow that? He says the derotation device rotates the whole scene, which is what I say. Then he says, as opposed to refracting, which doesn't really make any sense, but it's also irrelevant, as he's just agreed with me that the derotation mechanism rotates the entire scene, including the glare, by the same amount. Remember what we established earlier. Glare shape is relative to the camera. If the camera rotates, the scene will rotate, but the glare will not. Derotating the entire image makes it look like the scene is not rotating, but the glare is rotating. How does Chris respond to this?
So the way I understand it is that it's coming in, and so there's a glare somehow on the lens but it's not it rotates, right? And so the actual the image is the same, right? It's seeing the image, but since the glass is rotating on top of it, that changes just the glare, but not really all the other image which is seen normally. That's the way I understand it.
Well, kind of. Glare isn't something that's on the lens. Glare is a scattering of light or radiation around a very bright radiation source. A lens, window, or mirror has imperfections, so a small portion of the light gets scattered. The amount and direction of this scattering is defined by the glare spread function, which is also called the point spread function. But I think what he's trying to convey here is that the glare has already rotated relative to the horizon because the camera has rotated. Dave's response to this is interesting.
Okay, we'll touch on that. There's going to be two different sensors. There's going to be a daylight camera sensor, which is going to utilize the sapphire glass. Then there's going to be the infrared sensor that's it's going to have this kind of glass, a germanium or silicone or some other type of semiconductor metalloid. So what they're doing there is heat doesn't travel through just glass, sapphire glass. It actually blocks it. So if you're trying to run from the cops, one of your best places to hide is probably a greenhouse, just nothing but glass.
Sounds legit, right? As Dave is the IR expert, right? Wrong. The Lockheed Martin sniper targeting pod that Chris is probably familiar with actually uses a sapphire glass window, specifically because sapphire glass is transparent to both visible light and medium wave infrared. The lantern and at-flare pods use zinc sulfide, which is similar to germanium in that it's transparent to the long-wave infrared. However, it's also transparent to visible light. Germanium is opaque. So there Dave's misunderstanding something fairly significant. So Dave's objection doesn't really make any sense. And to his credit, Chris later admits he didn't really understand what Dave is saying and asked him to clarify.
I don't understand that argument, actually. Can you go through that again, please?
So the derotation device is something similar to this. You can see when I turn it, it rotates the whole scene.
It rotates opposite the sensor so that the sensor always sees the correct up and down. Is that what you're saying?
Sure, and that's what his big argument was at first until I showed him on with it using his own example. The at-flare PDF I think he found online somewhere that showed like what the internals were, like internal schematics. And I said, well, that derotation device, it explains that it's a mirror, it's an infrared mirror, which you're not going to have on anything like this. These are all internal optics of at-flare or flares that you're not going to have any exposure to them unless you're somebody like myself or John. If that makes any sense.
Notice he doesn't really make any points here, and then ends it with an argument to authority. The John he refers to is John Earhart, who had a similar misunderstanding that I covered in another video. Chris recognizes both this appeal to authority and the lack of a point, and presses him some more.
Basically, you're saying that, well, first you actually work on these things, so you can be considered to know what you at least the internals. But now that derotation device, so the fact so how does that counteract his original argument?
And Dave fails to provide any answer.
Because he was thinking that the derotation device was something like this, that was a lens that would turn. And so if you already have an existing glare, then this lens could rotate the glare because of the refraction opposed to the reflection of a mirror.
Chris, unfortunately, pretty much gives up here.
I get it. Okay, I understand.
No, you don't understand. So once you see that Dave really doesn't have a point with the derotation, or a point with the refraction versus reflection, or a point with glass versus germanium, then all that's left is this argument that you don't get glare in IR like this, but we've already seen with the Chilean case that you do. This unfortunately has been an argument that's been going around for years. Dave is ostensibly an expert, even though he's never worked on targeting pods, and he didn't know that sapphire glass was transparent, but he doesn't really understand my arguments. And since his debunking doesn't really make any sense, then Chris's claim that he understands is also a little suspect. Sorry, Chris. Check it out.
It's funny. All right, you guys, hope you had fun. Had a good night with you guys. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you. You guys take care.
Bye. Edwin Sparks 420. Cheers.
Bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye. 3-hour video, what? Nobody even does 3-hour videos anymore, Palsy. Bye guys.
Tula Tetro.
Bye, Tula.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye, Tula.
Tula and Edwin. And Token Tony Z. That's all we got. 3 people. It says 18 plus. Oh.
Edwin Sparks 420.
27.
Hashtag keep it open.
It says there's 27 people watching, but there's only 3 people. Alright, bye guys.
Edwin Sparks 420.
Love you too, Edwin.
Love you, Nay.